got to stand up strong, face the truth about themselves, to understand what went wrong. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way to stand up, stand up, stand up. And throughout the world today.
Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I am Jesse Lee Peterson. Good morning. Hi, y'all. Welcome to the show. It's Monday. Rainy days and Mondays always get me down. It's Monday and it's raining. Not real bad now, right now, or real hard right now, but we need the water. Like GoldCo No. It's interesting in that the water is 3,900,000 homes late. It's amazing. It come after the fire. What the? It reminded me of the deal made in Israel. Israel giving up hundreds of soldiers back to Allah Uaba people, and they get a couple of females. And they call that a deal. What the? And what's going to, as a result of raining in L.A. now, the people are concerned about mudslides. And there's some. Anyway, you can get involved by calling 888-7753-773, 888-77-JESSE, Jesse, Jesse. And brand new biblical question. We dealt with last week, biblical question in yesterday's fellowship. And I hope I remember, I have decided that when I first started the fellowship meetings on Sunday, I'm gonna deal with the biblical question first, because a lot of times I leave them out. I forget to deal with what the, and so I'm going to try to remember. Hopefully the producer of the fellowship, which is Hake, will remind me we got to open up with the biblical question. All right? Because it was interesting getting the feedback on the biblical question. Our fellowships are amazing. And they're truly for those who want to overcome. And there's none like it. As far as I'm aware on this earth. And it's for those men and women who want to truly overcome their hell. And you can overcome your hell just like that. Only reason you don't overcome your misery, you don't want to. You really just don't want to. But anyway, brand new biblical question. And if you did miss the fellowship yesterday, you can podcast rebuildingtheman.com/church. rebuildingtheman.com/church. Brand new biblical question. It's a doozy. As Joel Friday would say, Lord have mercy. Is Joel black that way, mate? Why people don't say, Lord have mercy? Lord have mercy. I feel my temperature rising higher and higher. The brand new biblical question. Are you a memory worshiper? Are you a memory worshiper? Are you? Is you? Talk about knowing that stuff, huh? You gonna be stunned, as I am and have been and still is, how dumb we are. And why our lives have been such a hard way to live. We've been brainwashed to the core. Everything we've been taught has only set us up to suffer in life, not to make us free, not to make us get along better, not to cause us to get along better, not to make life free, but to imprison us. Oh, when I say us, everybody and their mama around the world. And if you're white, everybody and their mama. You've been taught from day one to live in a prison. And in that prison is hell. And that's why everybody catching hell. And it's not even necessary. But we've been set up by our parents, teachers, preachers, politicians, psychiatrists, psychologists, counselors. They set us up. And you've been trying so hard, as I did for a long time, been trying to live up to their standards, live up to what they said we ought to live up to, and we have never succeeded, and you never will. Sorry, you got to start anew if you want to be free. But anyway, are you a memory worshiper? We have every way that you can watch and support the show listed on JesseLeePeterson.com/show. JesseLeePeterson.com/show. And if you're out and about, maybe on the run from the Border Patrol people now, because they're locking them up and sending them back home. So you might be on the run. Or you may be an agent running after the ones on the run. Or you may be upset at the Great White Hope because he's going after the illegals. You still can be listening to the show. No matter what you're doing and where you are, anywhere in this here old world, by calling the listen line on TalkStream Live at 605-615-4131. 605-615-4131. And to donate and have your comments read out loud, go to Buy Me a Coffee. BuyMeACoffee.com/JLP Talk. BuyMeACoffee.com/JLP Talk or Bond JLP Cash App. Bond JLP Cash App. It's Friday. No, it's not. It's Monday. What the? It's Monday. And every Monday is and will always be Female Monday. All my life, I had to fight.
I like to make men uncomfortable.
All my life I had to fight.
Let women take over.
Some of us believe that women are getting paid less than men.
I proudly say I'm a feminist. Thank you.
Deep in their soul, they want to be home with those babies. We've been lied to for so long.
Amazing. It's a spiritual battle, folks. Whether you know it or not, believe it or not, act upon it or not, you're not on your own. Really. You and I and no one else in the whole wide world have ever made a decision on their own. You have never made a decision. Isn't that amazing? Every thought you get is from somewhere else and not you. Every thought is not yours. You're not on your own. Even the thought of, oh, I'm not going to the meeting today, or the women's forum, or the men's forum. Those are not your thoughts. Even the thought that says, oh, I'm not going to the gym this morning, I'll go another time, or a little later. That's not you speaking. There is no you. And you don't believe it. And because you don't see it, you're suffering. You're suffering. And another thing I want you to know, then I want to give you an example of a man that's walking this earth who, up until now, I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. I'm not concerned about tomorrow. Is a perfect example of what we all should be and could be, and it's inside of us to be. In a minute. But I do want to tell you, our theme this year for the fellowship is practice staying present. This whole year, just practice being present. It's for your own good. Stay out of your thoughts, right? So if you do that alone, you're going to be surprised. But what I want you to know that all people don't know until they really, truly do it, God said for us not to judge. Don't judge. Don't judge yourself or anyone, right? And you can live a life of non-judgment. You never have to judge yourself or anyone. If he said don't do it, it truly means that you don't have to do it. And that you can avoid doing it. Isn't that amazing? So I want to encourage you. I don't care what happened, what the situation is, whether you agree with the person or not, or people or not, you cannot judge. You can live a life of not judging them. So I want you to practice. You got work to do. You got a job. You got to work on you if you want to be free. So I want you to practice not judging in thoughts, eyes, words, gesture. You know, you may, who she thinks he is. Or he thinks he's better. Whatever, right? Or emotions. If you practice that, it will become real to you. It will be made real. You literally can live a life without judgment. Without judgment. And then when you get on that track, you're going to stop having conversation with people about other people. Because sometimes people who do judge, they're going to say, oh, you say you're not a judge, but yet you're saying this about this person. It could be a disagreement or anything, but they'll misread it. So you find yourself almost about to have and you stop. Because you know the person that you're talking to is not going to understand. They're going to think that's judgment. Life is something else, huh? What the? Life is like, oh my God, not George, Lord, not George. Why George, Lord? But anyway, you got to work on yourself. Donald Trump, the great white hope, is a living example of what every human being can become. He's a living example of that. No fear, all love. Totally not afraid to stand alone. He has the insight to make amazing decisions. And it's not he who makes the decision, they're being made for him. Isn't that amazing? I want to show you something about the Great White Hope. I just heard this morning on the local, one of the news thing, that the Great White Hope is going to is going to reinstate all the men, the military people who refused to take the Chinese virus shot, the Chinese virus vaccination, and as a result, they were kicked out of the military. And Donald Trump is now, it appears, going to reinstate all those men who want to come back. They're all coming back, and they're coming back with back pay. Back pay. Isn't that something? That's the way it's supposed to be. Those men didn't want to take the Chinese virus shot. They didn't have to. And they were kicked out, mostly white men, too. Not all, but mostly white men. So it was another way of getting rid of white people and replacing them with DEI people. And the military now is a mess. That's going to change. The Great White Hope, whether you believe it or not, like it or not, accept it or not, is an example of what we all should be and can be. And if you work on yourself, will become. He met with a group of people last week up in Pacific Palisades concerning the fire and the rebuilding and stuff. Karen Bass was there. Lord have mercy. Karen Bass don't know if she's going or coming. Karen, he dealt with Karen Bass, the so-called mayor of L.A., like daddy punishing a child. Karen didn't know what to do. Poor Karen. Don't blame her. She was born with a black spoon in her mouth. He told Karen Bass how the cow ate the cabbage. This is from Fox News. After surveying wildfire damage, President Trump met with quote-unquote Mayor Bass and several other local and state political leaders during a roundtable meeting after touring the Pacific Palisades. Trump disagreed with Karen Bass about wildfire response during the roundtable discussion. This is so mama and daddy thing is not even funny. Mama want to take all day to get a day's job done, a day's work done. Dad's like, no, let's do it now. Why you put it off on mama? Oh, I want to be careful. I don't want to hurt my babies. Trump tell Karen Bass she should let the people clean out their own debris. Watch it from Fox News.
But we are going to move as fast as we can, but we want you to be safe, and we want you to be back in your homes immediately.
But the people are willing to clean out their own debris. It doesn't cost a lot.
Yes, and they can.
You should let them do it, because by the time you hire contractors, it's going to be 2 years.
If a family...
The people are willing to get a dumpster and do it themselves and clean it out.
And they can.
There's not that much left. It's all incinerated.
That's right.
And, you know, it's just going to take a long time if you do. You can do some of it, but a lot of these people, I know that guy right there that's talking. I know my people. You'll be on that thing tonight, throwing the stuff away, and your site it'll look perfect within 24 hours. Yeah. And that's what he wants to do. He doesn't want to wait around for 7 months till the city hires some demolition contract that's going to charge him $25,000 to do his lot. Yeah. I think you have emergency powers just like I do, and I'm exercising my emergency powers. You have to exercise them also.
I did exercise them.
Because I looked, I mean, you have a very powerful emergency power, and you can do everything within 24 hours.
Yes. And if individuals want to clear out their property, they can.
Wow. Daddy is home. Karen is like, what the? I'm a black female. You going to tell me the truth like that? Don't talk to a black female like that. She's a queen. She is a queen. Isn't that something? I don't know any other white man that will have the courage, the audacity, the galls to talk to a black female like that. And Lord knows they need correction. Trump don't care. He told that female how the cow ate the cabbage. Bass said she thinks citizens will be able to go back to their homes in a week. Watch this.
Well, yes, but you know that you will be able to go back soon.
Mr. President.
We think within a week.
That's a long time, a week. I'll be honest. To me, everyone's standing in front of their house. They want to go to work, and they're not allowed to do it.
And the most important thing is
a
for
long
people
time.
to be safe.
Let's see, Mama.
They're safe. They're safe. You know what? They're not safe. They're not safe now. They're going to be much safer. A week is actually a long time, the way I look at it. I watched hundreds of people standing in front of their lots, and they're not allowed to go in. It's all burned. It's gone. It's done. Nothing's going to happen to it. It's not going to burn anymore. There's nothing to burn. There's almost nothing to burn. And they want to go in. The people are all over the place. They're standing, and they say, why aren't you going in? We're trying to get a permit. And the permit's going to take them, everybody said 18 months. You said 18 months. You said 18 months.
Last night.
And that was last night. On that.
Amazing, huh? See the difference between daddy and mama? Do you see now why the woman need daddy to be there? Mama, I want the kids to be safe. Don't fall out of the tree, Johnny. Don't climb that tree. You may fall out. I want them to be safe before they go back in. No, let them go back in and fix up their places. Repair their places, Mama. I want them to be safe. Mama worried about them being safe and stopping progress. But Daddy's like, See the difference between men and women? There is a difference between male and female. There's a difference. Women tend to be emotional. Men tend to be logical, even though a little difficult to find logical men nowadays. But some of them are returning to logic. And last but not least, Trump confronted another Democrat lawmaker after fire recovery efforts. Watch this from Fox News.
Mr. President, we're going to be together next week, and during the interim, many of us are involved in, and Tom McClintock, who you know has been an expert on this for years.
That's right.
We are going to be putting conditions on the money that do two things. Require that it be done timely and affordable, and then secondly, that we protect those who will come afterwards. As we speak, there are 6,000 acres burning in my district on the Mexican border. There will be more fires until we include in any disaster relief items which will prevent it or at least mitigate it from happening again. So you're going to see us proposing both of those.
Like water. Little things like water. You know, the party of common sense. See, we're the party of common sense. You're not, in all fairness.
Yes, sir.
We like water to put out fires. It's really quite efficient. All right.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Now, I rest my case. America is being made great again. Daddy ain't playing. Daddy come back this side with a vengeance. Because he now understands who and what he's dealing with. First time around, he didn't know the people. He had Obama people in there and everything, and they screwed up everything. But this time, he learned his lesson. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Some of you might not have been aware of this. There was another rally. Lord have mercy. Another rally in Chicago this time. Protest rally in Chicago on Saturday included a so-called well-known illegal. CBS Chicago reported a protest rally and march to Trump Tower took place on Saturday in downtown Chicago as activists called on the Trump administration to end violence in Gaza and halt plan for deportation. Watch this from CBS Chicago.
Organizers called it the People's March for Justice. A protest originally planned for Inauguration Day took place today downtown. The group called on President Trump to end violence in Gaza and stop mass deportations. Our Noel Brennan was there as the crowd marched down Michigan Avenue.
The crowd here is showing support for Palestine and also opposing President Trump's plan for mass deportations. Among the speakers here today was an immigrant rights advocate who made worldwide headlines almost 2 decades ago.
Show me what democracy looks like!
The march to Trump Tower was planned for Inauguration Day.
Down with deportation!
The bitter cold on January 20th postponed a protest, but did not stop it.
The target is the Palestinian people!
Speakers from a coalition of more than 60 organizations took the mic in front of a crowd that first gathered at Water Tower Place.
Isn't this like a perfect time for ICE to go over there with a couple of big airplanes like they did with those Mexicans? They sent back to Nicaragua. They sent a bunch of people back to Nicaragua. And the president of Nicaragua was like, no, I'm not going to take them back here. I'm not taking them. And Trump like, oh, okay, I'm going to put a tariff on you then. Oh, you going to take them. If you don't take, I'm going to increase the tariff. And they're like, oh, okay, we're just playing, we'll take them. These people this is a perfect time to take one of those big old planes, go over there and load up all those people with the Allah flags and talking about this mess and ship them back. Just take them back. They're all in one location now. Send ICE. Don't argue with them. Don't fight with them. Don't try to convince them. Just put them on that big old military plane and send them right back to wherever they came from. Nicaragua, wherever. And one of the rally speakers was a well-known, quote-unquote, immigrant. Why is this CBS Chicago?
I'm here in solidarity because I am human.
Speakers like Elvira Arellano, whose story resonates now as it did nearly 2 decades ago.
I am not criminal.
You are.
I am not terrorist.
In 2006, Arellano took refuge in a church in Humboldt Park.
My son, he is citizen.
She and her son stayed there a year to avoid deportation, but that day came in 2007 when she left the church to attend a rally. Arellano's story spread, and so did her activism. In 2014, she crossed the border and came back to Chicago.
But I'm come back in 2014, and I am here because I am not criminal.
Arellano admits she's scared by the threat of deportation under the Trump administration.
Nice.
But her love for family is much greater.
They need to send Ariana and her little brat right back to Nicaragua. Send her back. I'm not a criminal. You are a criminal. Send her back. Load them all up on the plane and send them back. 888-7753-773. 888-77-JUSTIN. Who is in your face like that? A criminal. Send Ariana back to Nicaragua. When I come back, your phone calls and super chats. Back in a moment.
I just wanted to say that I've been listening to you for a few years now, and when you talk about the illusion of racism and how it's just a divisive tool that the media uses, and it's just good and evil.
Yes.
And that's what we got to focus on. It really has changed my life. My perspective is totally different now. I'm more calm. I'm more peaceful. When you talk about forgiving your mother and letting go of that hate, and it just transforms you. So I just want to thank you for that and let you know that you really are doing God's work by waking people up with this message.
Amazing, Aaron. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Sure. I can hear the angels in heaven singing right now. They're rejoicing. That's amazing. Stay with the silent prayer. Speak up, don't resent, and doubt every thought. And Aaron, you have not seen anything. Anything. Daddy is home, taking names and kicking butts, restoring everything so far that Joe Biden and Barack Obama screwed up. Can you imagine if that was Joe Biden or Trump, or the fallen Messiah Obama at that rally, at that meeting with Carabas? It would be nothing said. They'll be bowing down to Mama. Okay, Mama. Yeah, you're right, Mama. Mama. Mama, can you hear me? Mama. Anyway, the Hake Report is coming up at 9 a.m. this morning. From 9 to 11 a.m. Pacific time. The Hake, H-A-K-E report.com. And then after the Hake, Joel Friday TV. You black. Joel Friday TV at 11 a.m. Pacific time. And then the American Anchor Baby. Y'all can't ship the American Anchor Baby back. The American Anchor Baby at 11 a.m. Pacific time. And we have a brand new episode today at 2 p.m. of Punchy TV. Watch this.
We have a special guest, Jake Julius here. But what would you say your view on Trump is in general? What do you think?
Isn't that the wrong one? What's up? Send the Anchor Baby back. Ship the Anchor Baby back. I changed my mind. A useless Anchor Baby. We'll come back to it. I want to quick remind you, Punchy Coffee. If you did not get it yet, get it. Punchy Coffee, P-U-N-C-H-I-E-S. Punchy's Coffee. It's delicious. Good. And go to rebuildingtheman.com/store. rebuildingtheman.com/store. And or call 800-4, well, no, you can't call that number. You got to go to rebuildingtheman.com/store. And every dime from every bag go back to the Bond, the nonprofit where we are rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. All right? Get your coffee and get it now. Hurry. It's morning time. It's time for a cup of coffee. Go to rebuildingtheman.com/store and get Punchy's Coffee. All right. Do we have it now or no?
No, I played the one they asked me to play.
Oh, okay. All right.
It seems like this is the wrong one.
Okay. We'll come back to it. Amazing. Let me go to Super Chat. Super Chats. All along.
Britt bought 8 coffees. Keep it up, Jesse. Thank you, Britt.
Thank you.
BuyMeACoffee.com.
Thank you, Britt.
/JLP Talk. Tony bought a coffee for the Haitian who thanked Biden and Obama a consolation gift, a crate full of dogs and cats, a little snack for when he gets back to Haiti. Yum, yum. Have a good weekend.
No more cats and dogs in Florida. They've been all eaten up.
Nice.
Amazing. Thank you.
It's midnight. Your Uber driver bought a coffee. Jesse, I was just deactivated from Uber for unsafe driving, quote unquote. I have a dash cam that rates my driving and rider experience, and I get a summary every day, which is always positive. I've sent this information to Uber, but they're still giving me challenges. Should I take them to small claims court?
I don't know, 'cause I don't know how they work.
Or stick to Lyft and pick up a side job?
I don't know. I don't know how it works, but I cannot advise you on that. Amazing, but I wish you well.
Good luck, man.
Yeah.
All my bone days bought a coffee. Here we go, fam. Got the email that my Punchy's coffee is coming this weekend. I will give my report next week. Amazing.
Thank you. Good. Nothing like a fresh cup of hot, punchy coffee. Go to rebuildingtheman.com/store. All right? Amazing.
Hi, Jesse and crew, says Angela. My husband and I are dropping by to say hello. Thank you for all you do help us grow together. I love that song you sing, My Mama Don't Like You, and She Loves Everyone. My family and I listen to you every day. Been married 26 years, homeschooled my daughter. She's running circles around her peers and older folks.
Yeah.
Thank you for all the truths and helping us find pieces to our puzzle of life.
Stay with it, stay with it, stay with it. And I wish you well. Stay with it. Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you, Angela.
Yeah.
Someone bought a coffee. We laugh at the wolf urinating on the possum, thinking it's some form of disrespect. But in reality, it's putting a mark on the possum to track it later. It's interesting how the mind thinks versus what's really going on.
Amazing. That's deep. Thank you.
Someone bought a coffee. I read somewhere this. Would you say this is true? As the mother turns the children against the father, so does the devil turn God's children against him.
Repeat that.
As the mother turns the children against their father, so does the devil turn God's children against him.
I don't quite understand the last part. It may be true, I just don't know what she's saying. I'm really gonna miss you. Everything about you, your smiling face. I don't know for sure. Call me and make it clear for me, all right? You sound like you answered something, but I'm missing the last part. I do know that the mothers do turn children against their fathers, and in return, turning them against God. And it's not the mother herself, but it's the spirit of evil that made a home in the mother. So I hope that helped. Thank you.
Thank you, someone. Deplorable Dave from Rosamond, California. Greetings, Jesse and crew. Just wanted to say thank you for all your wisdom. What the?
What the? Stay with it, stay with it, stay with it. All right? Do not give up. I'm telling you, it will be made clear for you. But you got to stay with it. Don't worry about how long, how hard, how rough. Just stay with it. Work on you. You are your own world. Amazing. Thank you.
Danny bought a coffee. All right, Jesse and the lads. The new cars over here are so mummy. They don't even stop beeping until you put your seatbelt on. Or if you're going over the speed limit, they beep until you drop back under. Pathetic.
Where is that?
The UK, I believe.
It's a shame as a result of women taking over working on cars now, designing cars. The cars are so feminine. They don't even make a noise when you turn on the motor. It's so quiet, makes you want to slap your mama. I wish you well, buddy. It's a mess. Thank you.
Danny bought another coffee. All right, Jesse and the lads.
And all the cars the same color. What the? Anyway.
James, JC sneakily got you to perform like a performing monkey the other day, but at least you're the best alpha performing monkey. Laughing faces. And little smile.
Amazing. Monkey see, monkey do. Amazing.
Somebody's trying to make a monkey out of you.
When my master said, he sick, I said, yes, master, we sick. Amazing. Thank you.
Also on Buy Me a Coffee, Piotr 3. coffees. Thank you, Jesse, and the team for the best fellowship on this side of heaven. Amazing.
Thank you. Thanks for making it possible. Thank you.
Tony says, wanted to keep it piffy. My ego got in the way. I'm aware, so piffy it is. What the? Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Thank you, Tony.
Jessica from Texas bought a coffee. Morning, y'all.
Morning.
Jesse and experts, did y'all see that AOC, Alexandria Cortez, is using her social media to alert illegals about ICE and help them evade arrests? What a mess. God bless, guys, and have a great show.
And she's supposed to be a so-called lawmaker, right? What a mess. We got the wrong people in government today. But the people deserve to get what they deserve. They vote her in, and this is what you get. Amazing. The enemy is within. Thank you. I did not see it, but I wouldn't doubt it.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
Right. Thank you.
The lawbreaker. Piece in the puzzle with a Rumble rant. You got to make this your biblical question next round, Jesse. Was Jesus a communist? We together as one need to address this rhetoric effectively. Thanks, emoji.
Amazing. Thanks for the suggestion. Nice. Thank you.
And Kid Combo 1 gave a diamond saying MLK was a monster worthy of a P. Diddy party, declassified files. What a mess.
MLK was a socialist. What a mess.
Cactus Eater Bear. Thank you, Kid Combo 1. Cactus Eater Bear with a diamond. In church, JLP said, if you burst into song, you are nuts.
Really gonna miss you. Everything about you, your smiling face. I'll miss you, my buddy. And I'll miss you, my friend. I'm really gonna miss you. Everything about you, your smiling face. Thank you. Amazing.
TJB from Chicago bought 5 coffees. God and Jesus up there drinking Punchies coffee. What the?
And they're going like, what the? Hold it right there for me.
Okay, we'll read the rest later, guys. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Let me go to Apple out of Illinois. Apple, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hi, Jesse.
Hey, Apple.
How are you?
Amazing.
Thank you for everything that you're doing, and thank you for the team helping you.
Thank you, Apple. I appreciate that. Thanks for your support.
Thank you. I just want to ask you, I need an advice. Ask, yes. I'm sorry. Got a frog in my throat. Excuse me.
You want to get some water?
Yes, please.
All right.
Hold on.
Yeah, get some water. Apple has a frog in her throat. So we're going to get Apple a minute to just drink a little water.
Okay. Much better.
Okay.
Yeah, my son just got engaged like a week ago.
Uh-huh.
And I'm already seeing the hell that the girl's putting him through. What is your suggestion? How do I wake him up?
By completely staying out of it. There's nothing you can do. You can't save him in the same way you can't save yourself. So let him go through his hell, and maybe going through hell, he may wake up. But there's nothing you can do. You completely stay out of it.
Okay.
Really?
So
don't go ahead.
Go ahead.
Don't be angry at his wife for him being a beta, or she taking advantage of him. And don't be mad at him for being weak, because his parents made him that way. His parents had not worked on themselves, so they gave to the son what they were. And so now the son being an adult, he got to work on himself now. There's literally nothing you can do but stay out of it.
Okay. Sounds good. That's what I'm trying to keep my mouth shut when I'm around him.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard.
And why?
But I have
the best thing you can do is maybe give him some punchy coffee.
He would like that. I might have to order him some.
That's right.
Is there like an episode that I can like refer him to listen to you, or
This one right here. This conversation between us.
what's that?
This conversation between the two of us. The one.
No.
The
I want him to
conversation.
start listening to you.
Yeah, but let's start out by letting him hear this. Listen to the conversation that you and I are having right now, and then maybe that will maybe cause him to want to hear more. Why is it hard for you not to say anything?
Well, I don't want to get into his business. That's his.
But you say it's
Just like
hard
you
for you
said.
not to say, when you're around him, it's hard for you not to say anything about it, his situation. Why is that?
Because I want to get into his business.
Why? Why?
Because I don't want him to go through the same hell that I went through.
But why not? You gave him the same hell you have. Why you don't want to go through it when you gave him hell?
Why?
Yeah.
Why? I don't get the question.
Why you don't want him to go through the same hell you have gone through?
Because it hurts.
And so why don't you want him to go through the same hell you've gone through?
Because it's miserable.
But how will he overcome if he doesn't endure the pain of overcoming?
That's true.
No, that was a question.
I love you.
If he doesn't endure the hell of overcoming hell, how will he overcome it?
He can't.
So why don't you want to go through it? Why are you trying to prevent him from going through it?
I guess that's mom in me.
Yeah, that's the hell in you.
That's true. Yep.
Have you apologized to him for causing him to become a mama's boy?
No.
Why not?
I didn't think I needed to.
Yeah. Hey, son, I created you into a mama's boy. I turned you away from your father. I had no love. I made you angry. I am sorry. I was wrong. Why haven't you done that?
That's a good point.
No, that was a question.
Why haven't I done it?
Yes.
Because I didn't see the point of doing it because we have good relationship. I can always talk to him, and I didn't think that I needed to do that. Now that you're pointing it out, yes, I'm going to have to do that confession thing that.
But why didn't you think it was important to tell him that I turned you away from your father and I was wrong, and that's why you're a mama's boy? Why you did not think that was important?
Because I didn't feel like I turned him away from his father, though.
And who did it?
The devil did it.
Through you?
Yes.
That's true. But why did you tell him that?
I'm going to.
Because
now that you point it out.
Yeah, because now he's married his mama, and he's going to have to suffer because he is a mama's boy, and he might not understand what happened. He may not understand what happened to him.
That's true. Yeah, that's a good starting point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe we can like get him to start listening to you,
and tell him that you was wrong, and to forgive you so he can overcome the anger, and maybe he'll see how to deal with his wife in a perfect way too.
His fiance.
His fiance in a right way.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Is he living with you?
No. He's got his own place.
Nice.
Yes.
Well, then apologize to him and let him know that unless he forgive you, this this woman that he's with will destroy him
Okay.
because he's about to marry his mama.
Oh, okay. Don't want that. That's great. Hey, are you still taking the challenge, the donation challenge?
The challenge is over, but we still take donations, though.
Okay. Well, I'm already doing that, but I was just during the holidays been busy. Okay. Well, that's all right.
One last thing. Are you doing the silent prayer?
Yes, sir. Morning and night.
Okay, stay with that and stay out of your son's relationships. Have nothing to do with him. You can't save him. Let him go through what he got to go through because he's been set up already. But let him go through what he got to go through if he want to be free, and you stay out of it. Don't be mad at his fiance or him. Let them go through the hell they got to go through.
Okay. I'll do what you suggest. Apologize to him for being a bad mom.
Yeah, for turning him away from his father. And recreate him in your image.
And recreate him for my image.
Recreated him in your image.
Recreated him into my image.
Right.
Could you talk for me? I have a problem, putting sentence into words.
Well, don't worry about that. Just speak from the heart. Be honest.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
And again,
one more thing I want.
And again, don't be mad at his fiance because she's ruling over him. If it's true, because he can't help it. He's subject to women by being subject to the spirit of his mother. All right, so don't be mad at her. She didn't make him that way. He was that way when she met him. That's
true. Yes. And yes, I've been. I listen to. Trying to on my when I clean house, I listen to church. And one morning, I was listening to you, and I don't know. I'm trying to find that episode. I can't find it. I think the Lord just wants you to tell me that. Yeah, I chase after my husband, and this is what I get for chasing him, so live with it or something like that.
Yeah.
I can't find that episode. It's just like I'm going through, I want to hear what you have to say again. I did chase after my husband, and I suffer for,
you should only love God with your heart, soul, and might, along with nothing else. Let me know how it goes, Apple. I wish you well. Call me again, all right? And we'll see can we find that episode and put it out there again for you.
Okay, and yes, and I'll call you back what happened with my son's conversation.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Jesse.
You're welcome, Apple. Amazing. 2 more hours to go. This hour's gone already. The hate news, not the fake news. The hate news is coming up, and I'll be back in a moment. I read or heard that some Republicans are starting to pull their advertisements from Google or whomever, right? Because so many conservatives are being shut down, discriminated against, shadow banned, and all that kind of stuff. So conservatives are starting to fight back. It is happening to us too. I'm just taking it one day at a time. But you can go to jlptalk.com and find all the ways to support us. You can check out rebuildingdemand.com and support our nonprofit organization. You can call 800-411-BOND, 800-411-2663. And don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, share, and Sunny. And also, we have thefallerstate.tv. Ring the bell.
Some serious mess going on in the world, such as the IRS accepting your tax returns starting today. I bet they are. And the immigration crackdown. That's not mess. That's cool. And Auschwitz commemorations. I guess it's been 80 years. And Chinese New Year is coming up on Wednesday. Oh, shoot. Exciting. And other things going on in the world. This is the end of hour 1 of the Jesse Lee Peterson Show. It is Female Monday. Everybody loves females, and everybody loves Mondays, right? We pray. The lines are full. JLP will be right back to your calls, okay? You can call in periodically in case a line opens up, or call in as you hear Jesse wrapping up with another caller, or both, okay? For a chance to get on hold, to get on air with JLP. And you got a good chance. But first, fake news, not fake news. Today is the first day the IRS will, according to Commie Nonsense Network, CNN, start accepting and processing 2024 income tax returns. Income tax is unconstitutional. Of course, they changed the Constitution, so I guess I'm not allowed to say that. But anyway, keep in mind that April 15th is the official deadline for most so-called Americans to file their taxes, but millions in federally declared disaster areas will receive an automatic extension until later this year. Isn't that nice? Nice. And the immigration crackdown. The Trump administration, our greatest president, is wasting no time fulfilling a campaign promise to conduct arrests and deportations of what they falsely call undocumented immigrants, they being Commie Nonsense Network, illegal aliens. Almost 1,000 arrests have been reported across the United States amid President Donald J. Trump's immigration enforcement blitz. Wow. It's a blitzkrieg. In addition to enhanced targeted operations. And that's a quote. Announced by ICE agents in Chicago, immigration enforcement actions were reported over the weekend in the Atlanta area, as well as in Colorado and Los Angeles, nice, and Austin, Texas. Maybe the roads will get a little safer, right? Anyway, the operations are expected to continue this week. On Sunday, Trump also imposed, and then quickly suspended, a 25% tariff on Colombia. As long as the country suspended that tariff, as long as the country agrees to accept deported illegals being returned on U.S. military planes. Based. Nice. America is respected again, says Trump. And so-called world leaders, they're gathering in Poland today to mark 80 years, 80, since the liberation of the Auschwitz-Birkenau concentration camp. Auschwitz-Birkenau concentration camp. Nazis murdered more than 1 million people, says Commie Nonsense Network, at the camp over 5 years, from 1940 to 1945, reportedly. Part of the 6 million Jews killed during the Holocaust. The evil UN declared January 27th as the International Holocaust Memorial Day in the year 2005. This year's commemoration comes as the number of survivors is rapidly dwindling and as anti-Semitism, all one word, no hyphen, to make it seem real, is on the rise, especially in Australia. Wow, Australia, Europe, and the Middle East. Britain's King Charles, German Chancellor Olaf Scholz, and French President Emmanuel Macron are among those attending the event today. I guess Trump is busy taking care of America and helping the Jews in a righteous way, not a phony show-and-tell way, so fake. And peace in the Middle East. Tens of thousands of displaced Gaza residents began returning to what was left of their homes today after Israel opened a corridor into the north of the embattled enclave. Their return was pushed back by 48 hours after Israel accused Hamas of breaching the terms of their fragile ceasefire agreement. Tensions also heightened Saturday after President Donald Trump said he had discussed his plan to clean out Gaza with the leaders of Jordan and Egypt. So I'll tell you a little bit more about that in the following hour, at the end of the hour. But now back to JLP, Hour 2.
Men have got to stand up strong. Ain't the truth about themselves to understand what went wrong. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way to stand up, stand up, stand up.
Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I'm JLP Peterson. Welcome to the second hour of the show today. You can get involved by calling 888-7753, 888-77-JESSE. And my biblical question, a doozy. Mamma mia. And hola, gracias, sí, señor. Amazing question. Are you a memory worshiper? Are you a memory worshiper? I like that picture up there of that woman. Are you a memory worshiper? We have every way that you can watch and support the show listed on JLPpeterson.com, JLPpeterson.com. If you're busy sitting up at the beach, relaxing, or fighting with your husband or your wife right now, or beating up your husband, or having a nice cup of Punchies coffee, you could be listening to the show on your iPhone or iPad by calling the listen line on TalkStream Live at 605-615-4131. That's 605-615-4131. And to donate and have your comments read out loud, go to buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk. Buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk or Bond JLP Cash App. Bond JLP Cash App. Amazing. It's Monday. And some of you might know, some might not, that every Monday is Female Monday.
I like to make men uncomfortable.
All my life I had to fight.
Let women take over.
Some of us believe that women are getting paid less than men.
I proudly say I'm a feminist. Thank you.
Deep in their soul, they want to be home with those babies. We've been lied to for so long.
Amazing. 888-7753-773. Wake up, wake up, wake up. You are asleep and don't know it. Wake up. Wake up, wake up. No more sleeping in bed. Time for backward thinking. It's time for thinking ahead. All right? I want to go to your friend, my friend, and the whole wide world friend. Mimi out of Georgia. Oh, my. Mimi.
Hi, Jesse.
You're not going to believe it.
What am I not going to believe this time?
I thought of you yesterday.
I probably thought about you yesterday, too. Fellowship is phenomenal. It is just crazy what God is doing.
It's mind-blowing. I was telling some friends, I love the fellowships because I learned so much in those Sunday morning fellowship. It blows my mind.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like you learned something new that was like right under your nose the whole entire time.
Absolutely. And the reason for that is because we already know the truth. It's written in our hearts. We already know it, and we're just reminded of the truth in the fellowships.
Yeah, that's so interesting. First of all, I wanted to say Happy New Year. I didn't get an opportunity to say that to you, so Happy New Year.
Right on. Happy New Year to you.
Thank you. But what's crazy is that I didn't know how much I judged. And I remember your assignment that I did not do, where you said not to judge people, not with your face, not with your mouth, not with your any of your senses. And it's funny because all of it is judgment. Even if you judge something as good, it's still judgment.
Yes.
And I just really didn't get that. And it was funny because it was somebody that I'm working with that I don't not like this person. I would say I do. I would say I like this person. And it took one thing of them doing something. I just was like, And it was so crazy. I was like, why am I even judging this person at all?
Yes.
I like this person.
Absolutely. I noticed that in some of the meetings, sometimes people say things that are totally crazy. And I noticed right away the mind wants to judge them. But I realize, I catch it, right? And I realize they just can't see. They're working on themselves. They can't see.
Yep.
And in seeing that, it's impossible to judge anyone about anything.
Okay. Yeah, because like you said, it's a matter of catching it because you'll do it. Literally, I didn't say anything to this person. You wouldn't have known it had you not known my facial expressions.
Right.
Like something changed in my face, and I was like, oh my God, I just judged this person.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's interesting.
Just continue to catch it. And I promise you, and it's not because of me, but because of God, that judgment will completely disappear because they're spirits. They're evil, and they would completely disappear. They will be taken away from you. Catching it is the light of God that is causing you to see it, and seeing it is what's changing it.
Okay. That makes so much sense. All of the sense in the world.
Amazing.
Yes, very amazing.
So how are you doing down there in Georgia?
I knew you were. I was waiting for you to ask the question, but not really ask the question. Thanks a lot, Jesse. Everything's falling apart. I mean, don't get me wrong. Georgia is still beautiful. The person that I connected with here is still an amazing, great person. It's just, I don't know. It is just falling apart. And it makes me sad, but I know that that's the thrill in me. It makes me feel bad for what we have. And again, I know that's just the thrill, because the truth of the matter is that there's just some things that are just not necessarily right. As if there's a right or a wrong, but it's just, I feel like I want to say, like, there's a better person out there for him. And, I think I might just keep talking just to say words. So that's all I got. That's all I got.
When you say that things are falling to pieces, without being all personal, can you give me an example of what's falling to pieces?
Well, what we thought was it actually ties into your biblical question. The person that I came out here to connect with, we had such an amazing bond in the past.
Yes.
And I don't know that we knew each other as well as we thought we did.
Yes.
And we stand on opposite sides of a lot of things. And that's something that we could get over if, it would. Oh, I tend to be the kind of woman. Your phone going in and out. Okay. Is that a little bit better?
Right. Don't move about.
Okay.
Go ahead.
But I would like to believe that I'm submissive and can be led and will follow. It's just really difficult because some of the things, again, it's going to sound judgy, but some of the things that he does is very evil. And it's hard for me to follow that. Like he he has all these white friends, but he doesn't like white people. And I'm like, and we'll do this. I mean, literally, some of his closest, deepest bonds, he does. I don't know if he's not paying attention, but some of his deepest, closest bonds are with white people. But then when we're in public, he'll do things that is in an attempt to like humiliate white people. And I'm like, that's evil. Stop doing that. It doesn't make any sense. I just don't have that spirit. And again, it becomes very difficult to follow straight into hell. I mean, I know we're in hell already,
right?
But I don't want to go any deeper into hell. I don't want to spew evil everywhere for the sake of being black. Like, I know I'm black.
Yeah. Amazing.
Sorry.
And so why don't you move on and just work on you and don't try to make this thing happen?
Because I feel so bad. This is one of my closest friends. Not only were we together, he's one of my closest friends, my biggest ally, and now I'm his enemy. Like, he literally said that today. You're my enemy.
Right. It's going to get worse because the fact that you're feeling bad about his situation is that you're playing God. You're not God. What gives you the right to feel bad for him?
Well, I guess maybe I'm just like he was. I think we're so caught up in what it looked like. We looked so good together. We did. I mean, how many people don't think that and say that about their relationships? We looked so good together.
Right.
We did. And I'm not talking about we aesthetically, oh, he's this and I'm that. No, it looked so good. It looked like it worked. It looked like it made sense. It looks like, we could ride off into the sunset and be happy forever.
Right, but unfortunately, that will not make for a relationship. Looks is not going to do it.
I mean, I guess for me, there's a part of me that keeps thinking like maybe the pendulum will swing and it'll make sense.
You listen to the devil.
Yeah. I get it.
What gives you the right to feel bad for him?
I think that's what friends do.
Friends feel bad for one another?
Well, if you see them going through something that could be painful, you feel bad. Like, I don't want this person to go through this.
What good is it doing you to feel bad for him, and what good is it doing him for you to feel bad for him?
Nothing. It doesn't.
So why don't you stop playing God? Do you think God feel bad for him?
No, not at all.
So why are you playing God? That's just the greatest sin, one of the greatest sins, to play God. And human beings, mankind, men and women, love playing God. We think we know what we want. We think we know what we need. We think we know what love is.
What about all the plans that we've made together? What about all of those? Like, they just...
That's another mistake. Give me an example of what you mean by what about all the plans?
We started a business together.
Another big mistake. Never plan. You have to let life happen naturally.
But it's already started, Jesse.
It can end too before it's too late.
Right.
Because you guys are going to end up hating one another and it's going to destroy everything.
Yeah, it's entering really dangerous territory.
Yeah, of course. And it's going to get worse. I tried to tell you that in the very beginning before you left here.
You did. And it's funny that you say, referencing back to that moment.
Yeah.
I was blind as a bat. I'm like, what was I looking at? What picture was I looking at? I was literally looking at a totally different... Somebody said, look straight ahead, and I was looking to behind me or to the left. I don't even understand how blind... that is the scary... Well, not even scary. I'm not even going to give it that. That's the crazy part about it, is that is what a lot of hell is being blind to the truth.
Absolutely.
Because once you see the truth, you can't unsee it, and you don't have to do any of the other things anymore. You have the truth. It's wild. It's wild.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was looking at before I left. I have no idea what I was looking at. Not to say that he wasn't a great person, but I'm looking at like, how did I ever just abandon your life? Pack up everything.
Come back to your phone again. You slip it away.
Yeah, I think I was just saying, like, how did I abandon everything that I was putting together in my life, all the things that I was working on?
Yeah.
There was just, I just thought I was changing location. And yet I was handing over all of these things to somebody that I didn't even know if they wanted them. And that's one of the things that's really hard for me now, is that I'm finding that the things that are important to me are just not important to him at all.
No.
He doesn't find them to be important.
I tried to warn you, but no.
You did, Jesse. Oh my gosh, you should have like literally grabbed my face and said, "Look, you can't see. Would you like some glasses? You need contacts?" Because I couldn't see.
Yeah. And now, what I would recommend, do what you want. I will end it right now and get back
That makes
into.
me want to cry.
About what?
That. The end of something.
But it's the beginning of waking up and working on you and finally have a life.
And I know that it's better for him too.
Yeah.
I know that it's better for him. I know that he will be happier and freer.
So why don't you end it?
I think I've started it already. It's just a hard time because I feel so bad.
But feeling emotions are evil. That's your problem. You're stuck on emotions. Emotions are not you. They are not your friend. They are not from God, and they are not a sign of love. It's a sign of hate.
I think that's one of the reasons why I was okay with just walking away, because I was like, I love you too much to let us continue to do this. I don't know if I know how to love, but
no,
I know
you don't,
that.
not yet. You will if you stay with it. But because you can't love, you have no love. Nobody, Jesse Peterson or anyone, can love. It's impossible, right? That's why we have to return to love, return to the Father, and the Father's love will work through us as it does and did in Christ. It wasn't him, but the love of the Father in him.
But what is all of this? Okay, let's just. What is it that people are exchanging then? Hate?
Hate, 100% hate.
I don't understand that. And then how come breakups can't just be like? How come they just can't? How come it has to be so much drama and trauma attached to it?
Because the love of the thrill of it. Human beings love thrills, and they love breaking up and fighting and yelling at one another, and they make up for a few minutes and they break. It's all for the thrill. They love their misery.
That's the reason why this has taken it this far, because I think, we went through something again where we were going to like fight and argue, and then the next day, I think he thought that it was just going to be back the way it was, and I just said, I can't do this anymore.
Right.
But at the same time, now I'm his complete enemy, he says.
Oh, and it's going to get worse.
What does that even mean, Jesse?
He's going to hate you even more so. And you guys are going to fight even more so. And you're going to create other unnecessary issues in your life situation.
Unless we
where
just
you just
draw the
stop
line
it
right
now.
now.
Yeah. And don't be angry at him, because you were already screwed up when he met you. And he was already screwed up when you met him, and two devils came together under false pretense of love.
I think that's my problem. I'm too much of a hands-on kind of person, because you've said this before, and I walked right into the fire.
Yeah.
Like literally right into the fire. And everything that I've heard, again, I'm not delusional to know that, Jesse, you're great, but I know that this is the work of the Father in you.
Yes.
Again, you're great, but I know where it's coming from.
Right.
And so that's the crazy part. It's like, I heard this already. I heard this, all of this. I've seen this picture already.
And the
So that's how
Father
it's
is
going in
trying to,
Georgia.
the Father is trying to draw you back unto Him. That's why He allowed you to see where I'm coming from. If He didn't allow you to see and understand the truth, you wouldn't be able to do it. So the Father is trying to draw you back, but the spirit of evil in your mind and emotions and in your body don't want to let you go because evil lives in you and it needs to stay in you to have what it called life, but it's really death. And you got to make up your mind, are you going to follow the spirit of love, the truth, or are you going to follow the spirit of evil? You got to make up your mind so that when you are on that straight and narrow path, evil cannot come along and convince you to go another way. To look back or to look forward or to think you found love in someone or this or that. You allow evil to make a fool out of you by making you think it's you, by making you think this is it and all that crap.
Yeah, but what's crazy is if it wasn't love and it's hate, he's really going to hate me.
Yep.
If he doesn't already.
Yeah. And you're going to end up hating him too because you already hate him, but it's going to get worse because after a while, he's going to get more out of control and you're going to get out of control. And here you are, start a business with him and all that. You're going to regret all of that.
But let me ask you this, Jesse. And I remember somebody in fellowship, last fellowship, had said this. And it was just such an honest answer. When it comes to the hate and love thing, I just can't see that yet. I don't see how love is really hate. And so I guess for me, like the reason why there's so emotions, I know it's the thrill because I've worked on getting over that thrill, but I don't know. I hope one day I can see as clearly as you can see how love is really hate. I know I can connect to the fact that maybe we don't have love because it's only God through us that can really love.
Yes.
But I don't see how it's hate.
If it's not hate, if it's not love, what is it? There's only love and hate. There's nothing else. If it's not love, what is it?
Okay.
No, that was a question.
I gotta smoke on that because I literally it's foggy. Like, yeah, you're right. If it's not love, it's hate. If it's not good, it's evil.
Yeah.
I know that is how God operates. I because you know me. When I first came into Bond, I wanted everything to be complex.
Yeah.
I wanted everything to have layers and depth and understanding and explanations and emotions, and I wanted it all. I wanted my world to be as big as it could be. And what's interesting is that the only way to return to the Father is to go back to the simplicity.
Yes.
And I'm like, every time I want to like do all of this stuff, my search for returning to the Father brings me back to all the simple things.
Absolutely. Absolutely. God said His ways are simple. His burdens are light. Let me ask, if you think that if God had brought you together with this person, would you have to put in one effort to try to make it work, or would it work naturally without your help?
It would work naturally, but what's so interesting is that's what we've been saying. Him and I both were like, God put us back together. But if you say it, does it make it true? I don't know.
No, it's not true. Satan put y'all together. That's why it's not working.
God, Jesse, you know, like I said, I've always said this about you. You say the things that literally people would not say. Oh, my God.
What a mess.
What a mess. Yes, what a mess. So,
I highly recommend, do what you want, of course, that you walk away from that situation, wish this person well, and meaning don't be angry at them. They got their own issues. They were screwed up when you met you. And start working on yourself. Keep your eyes on you. Do your job, go to work, whatever you're doing over there. But don't get deeper into business and all this kind of stuff. It's just adding to your problem.
Okay.
I would highly do it to them, but I would walk away and wish them well. And stop looking for love and don't look for anything but the kingdom of heaven. And all things will be added unto you. And if God give you a husband, it's going to be a marriage that will last until death do you part.
Right.
And without any effort, you won't have to try to make it work. You wouldn't have to put forth anything. You wouldn't have to try to please them or anything. And it'll be perfect love.
You know what's funny, and I know we have to turn the page on this conversation. What's so funny is in 2024, when I came out here to Georgia, what was our focus for the year? Want for nothing.
Yep.
And I was not paying attention because I wanted it so bad.
Yeah.
I wanted it so bad.
Yep.
And I missed the assignment.
You got to pay attention to you so you don't miss the assignment. You got to stay aware. And this year, you got to practice being present. Above all things, practice being present.
Okay.
What a mess!
Thank you so much, Jesse. It means a lot to talk to you and to hear from you and to watch your fellowships and just be connected with all of the things that God's doing. So
It's good to hear from you, too. But just, I highly recommend, do what you want, but I highly recommend you say goodbye to this person. And then go back to working on you so you can overcome the world.
Okay. He's a great person. I didn't get a chance to say that, but he is a great person.
But he's not great.
Okay.
How can he be great and hate white people?
This is true. This is true.
So why
That's
are you
the part
still,
I just don't understand.
So why are you still living an illusion that this is a great person? Who's telling you that?
Not
if
me.
it's
But
true
not
that he hates white people, as you've said, why do you
well,
keep
but I
calling
don't
him
think he
great?
really hates white people. I don't really think he hates white people. I think that I don't think he sees it.
What do you mean? Of course, hate people with anger don't see that they're evil. They don't see anger as evil.
Yeah, because he literally some of his best friends, the funniest jokes he tells, and the biggest laughs he ever has are white. Like I don't think he sees it.
He doesn't.
He's more connected to his friends that are white than his other friends. He would never say that to himself or anybody else, but I see it.
Well, do it to what, but you wish him well and you move on with your life. Don't get bogged down in more debt and doing things together that's going to make it even difficult to walk away from it.
Okay, Jesse.
Do you want to, I see that you want to respond to the biblical question.
Yeah.
Are you a memory worshiper?
Yes. That's what a lot of my mind is full of, is memories. And I think that's the reason why it was hard at first for me to watch my thoughts, because all that's playing in my head are just a bunch of movies, like all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I don't even think that it's a thought. It's like these scenarios that are always playing out in my head. And I'm like, that's because I'm always holding on to all of these moments as they play out from start to finish. I can go in and give you the full play-by-play.
Why not let them go when you see that?
Jesse, you're always finding things that are right under your nose.
What the?
Thanks a lot, Jesse.
Yeah.
I know it was a question, but I got to think on it.
Okay. It's good to hear from you. Call me again.
Okay, always a pleasure. Thank you, Jesse.
I recommend you get away from that situation.
I heard you.
All right.
Okay, thank you, Jesse. Have a great day.
All right, you too. Bye. 888-7753-773. A quick break. Back in a moment. Steve, thank you for calling and thanks for holding. How have you been helped by the show?
I'm going to tell you this.
Okay, folks, welcome back. 888-7753-773, 888-77-JESSE. A quick reminder of GoldCo. GoldCo is one of our sponsors, and they are helping us to get Rebuilding the Family by Rebuilding the Man done. Thank you, GoldCo, and also thanks all of you who supported Barn as well. I do want to remind you that be sure to educate yourself about gold. They said this is the golden age, so educate yourself about gold. Request gold and silver info kit. All right, they'll send it to you. Hey, GoldCo, send me gold and silver info kit. You are responsible for yourself. Nobody else is. You are your own world. Why not treat your own world amazingly, right? Mighty.com even awarded them Best Gold Educational Resource in 2024. And we have a special for my listeners. GoldCo has set up a special deal for my listeners. Qualified accounts receive a 10% instant match in bonus silver. A 10% instant match in bonus silver. So I recommend you reach out to them by visiting JesseLovesGold.com. JesseLovesGold.com or call 855-644-GOLD. That's 855-644-GOLD. Tell them Jesse sent you. What the?
Racism doesn't exist. It's a God that they serve, spiritual battle. It's a warfare. When you judge someone, you lose. You become blind to what reality is.
It's a battle between good and evil, right versus wrong. Nothing to do with sexism, racism, homophobism, Islamophobism, no feminism, no get-me-gat-ism, no isms. No ism is either right or wrong, good or evil. No ism. No ism. I want to go all the way to Portugal and talk to first-time caller Danielle. Heard around the world by everybody and their mama. Danielle, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hello, Jesse.
Hey, Danielle. Amazing.
Hey, Jesse. Amazing. Oh, man.
What time is it in Portugal?
It is 3:30 in the afternoon.
3 in the afternoon?
Yeah, 3:30 in the afternoon.
Wow.
So a lot later than it is where you are.
How was your day so far? My day is just now started. What the?
It's raining.
Oh, okay.
It's raining. It never rains here.
Nice. Amazing. It's good to hear from you. Go ahead.
Thank you for taking my call. I have a question, but first I just wanted to say thank you so much for shining such a bright light into this world. Like, I really, really value and appreciate you and all your crew for doing what you do and honestly just being so consistent, really. I found you last summer and I listened daily to your show and I haven't missed a single fellowship on Sunday since I found you. And the homework and the questions that you set, they really help me to work on myself and really see sort of like what's going on inside of me and understand really that I need to put God first in my life and stay present. And
yes.
So I just wanted to thank you so much from the bottom of my heart and your whole team. Honestly, you've really got the best crew.
I do. You're welcome. And stay with it. I really want to encourage you, Danielle, no matter what happens, no matter who turn against you or the whole world turn against you, you stay with it. Stay with it. Stay with it. And you haven't seen anything. It gets better. It becomes clear.
Sure. I loved your T-shirt the other day with the prayer hands.
Yes.
And stick with it.
Yes.
My partner said he's going to get that for me.
Right on. They can go to rebuildingaman.com/stores.
Oh, for sure. Thank you. So I give you a little backstory because of time. So I've been in a relationship with my partner now for 11 years, and it truly is an amazing relationship. He's an amazing guy. But 9 years ago, we left our home country due to my health conditions, and because of that, his family, I say his family, more specifically his brother and his sister, they put the blame on me for leaving. They put the blame on me for him leaving them behind, and they've made it very, very clear that they don't think that we should be in a relationship together. And so because of that, interactions are really, really uncomfortable. And I guess so my question is to you, how it's best to navigate and deal with future interactions with them?
By stop communicating with them, period. You have no obligation, nor does your boyfriend. Is your husband or boyfriend?
We're not technically married.
Oh, okay. Neither does he. You guys have no obligation to them at all. And when you get married, the husband's supposed to take his wife far away from her family and from his family and start his own family. And so stop communicating with them. Just don't be angry. Don't take their phone calls. Don't respond to their, however they try to contact you. And hopefully he'll be strong enough to do the same thing. You don't communicate with them. That's all. Just don't be angry at them.
See, the thing is, we left the country 9 years ago, and so we're living in Portugal now. And about 4 months ago, his brother came out on holiday, and he just hasn't gone back. And now, so he's like a 2-minute walk from where we are. And my partner and his brother, they work together. And just because we live in such a small community, it's like I can walk down the street and see him or see them, and it's like birthdays, Christmases, celebrations and occasions. Obviously, my partner wants his family to be there and he wants me to be there. But when we're all in the same room together, honestly, like hell breaks loose. It really does.
Does your boyfriend know? Does he agree with you that these people are a nuisance to you?
He understands how I feel and the situation that it is.
And does he feel the same way?
Very clear. He's made it very, very clear that, for example, when it is birthdays and Christmases, that he wants us all to be in the same room together and for it just to be amicable. And you know what? It's really not. It's just so uncomfortable. And you know, I plan to spend the rest of my life with this guy, and I just don't want it to be so hard.
But why are you with a guy that? I'm only getting your side of the story, so I don't know the whole deal.
Yeah, sure.
But let's say you're telling the truth about this whole situation. Mm-hmm. Why would you be with a man that will not protect you from his family and your family? Why are you with a person like that?
I wouldn't say that wasn't protecting me, though.
But you're not.
I wouldn't ever expect him to drop his family.
These people are against you and this guy. They blame you. According to you, they blame you that you took him away from them, right? Far away from them, right?
Yes, they've made that very clear. Yeah.
But they can't blame you. The man made his own decision. How can they blame you?
Oh, yeah, of course. And 100% he sticks by that, and he's told them that he loves me and he's made the right decisions in his life. So, and he stands by me. But it's literally dealing with future interactions with them when it comes to, like, birthdays and I don't want to not be there at Christmas or on his birthday and be the one, you know.
And be the one what?
Not there.
Why do you need to be
I
there?
don't see why.
Why would you be somewhere where you're not
Say,
welcome?
like, it was my partner's birthday last week, and I want to spend the day with him, but, you know, also he wants to spend it with his family. So I don't want in future times for these occasions to arise and to feel like I need to stay at home or stay out of the way. I don't want him to stop seeing his family.
And why not?
Family? Because they're his family and they mean a lot to him.
But no, they're not his family.
He's made it really clear that
But they're not his
important
family.
to his life.
You are his family, not them.
Uh-huh.
You are his family, not them.
Okay.
So why are you calling them? Why you haven't married him in 11 years?
I don't think that honestly, just okay. So I've been quite ill for a long time, and the circumstances just hasn't happened. But just to me personally, just signing a bit of paper for the state doesn't change our relationship.
All right, I got you.
That's all. Like we're fully committed to each other. We've had this conversation in our eyes.
So why are you with a man that?
Together?
Why are you with a man that will put his family before you when you are his family, not them? Why are you tolerating that?
That's a really hard question. I don't want to. I don't feel like it's. I don't think it's the right thing to give him an ultimatum to not see his brother and sister over me. I don't want any control over what he does in his life. I really respect him and look up to him. And honestly, I do obey him.
Does he know how they're, according to you, does he know how they're treating you?
Yes, 100%. Yeah, he knows 100%.
And yet he does not protect you from them by keeping them away?
Well, I mean, I guess his brother still lives here and he still sees him every day.
Well, just because his brother lived there, if he lived next door, it doesn't mean that he got to see him.
No, sure. And I can keep my distance from him, but it's, as we have done for 11 years. But, you know, when it's his birthday or it's a Christmas or it's an occasion or it's someone, you know, and people get together.
But that's not a reason. Those are not a reason to get together with a family. It's not a reason to break the rule and give in to a family that's not treating you according to you in the right way. That's not just because it's Christmas, just because it's birthday, just because of this. That's not a reason to pretend you love one another. It's just fake.
So what do you suggest I do in these circumstances?
I would, based on everything you said, and again, I only have one side, I would let him know, unless you insist that your family treat me in the right way, I won't go around them anymore. I'm not going to birthdays. I'm not going to Christmas. I'm not going to participate with them. And just don't be angry and work on you, but don't be angry at them.
Oh, yeah, of course. I have no anger for them.
So then stay away.
That was it. But then it's like they'll be there and I won't and I stay away. And then it's like I'm hiding.
No, you don't want to deal with the devil. You don't have to. There's no rules or regulations anywhere that says you have to be around people that hate you.
Mm-hmm.
There's no rule. You're not obligated. You have no obligation to them. Your obligation to your husband, not to them.
Yeah, of course.
So you cannot go around and do you care about what they think or say if you're not around?
No, not at all. No.
So then take control of your own life.
And so what? Just not go to the social gatherings when
right. And if
together?
they ask why are you not coming to the parties? Why are you not there? Because y'all don't like me. And I'm not going to pretend you do.
But then I could miss out on gatherings that are important to my partner, and
you got to make up your mind if you want love, peace in your life, or you want hell.
No, I want peace.
Then you got to let the hell go.
And just stay away.
I recommend you do.
No matter what.
If they're treating you the way that they're treating you, I would stay away.
Okay.
Either you're going to overcome the world or you're going to love the world. You got to make up your mind.
Yeah, sure. Uh-huh. Okay. So literally just if an occasion arises and he says that I'm invited, as his brother and sister are, just to not go?
Yeah, let him go. If you want to go, let him go. Just say, hey, I'm not going. They don't like me. I'm not going to pretend that I'm happy with them.
Okay. Okay.
And if they ask why you didn't come, they said, because you guys don't like me. You blame me for everything, and I'm not going to pretend with you anymore. It's all a pretense. Stop pretending. And
that could mean that all future interactions, though, that I'm not there with him.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay.
And maybe he would step up to the plate and tell them, in order for my wife, or whatever you call yourself,
he calls me his wife, yeah.
In order for my wife to come around, you guys are going to have to stop blaming her and treating her in the way that you've been treating her. She's not coming and pretend like you love her and that she love you. It's not going to happen anymore. He needs to stand up at some point.
Yeah, sure.
Well, Beta.
No, don't say that, Jesse.
You're married to a man that will not protect you from evil. That doesn't make sense.
Okay. It's a hard one because I value and respect everything you say. Like, I've not stopped listening to you since last summer when I found you. And everything you say just makes sense. And that's why I value your consistency so much in everything that you say. And it's like, I attended your fellowship last night, as I have done every single week since I first found you. And you were talking about fear and not letting the fear overtake.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
Yeah.
So ask your husband why he will not. Ask him why is he putting his family before you? Why hasn't he corrected them if he want you to be around them? He need to correct them. Don't tolerate their mess at all.
But he works with his brother, so it's
that doesn't matter.
Very important
That doesn't
to him
matter.
in his life.
That doesn't matter.
Okay. So just to stay away from them then, no matter what.
Right. Just stay away, and you have a right to stay away, and you're not wrong for staying away. You would be wrong if you were angry at them. Don't be angry at them whether they're wrong or right. Don't be angry at them because you're responsible for you. You're not responsible for them, and they're not responsible for you. You are responsible for your own life. All right?
Mm-hmm.
So just stay away. That's all.
Okay.
Are you black?
No.
Oh.
No, I'm white.
She white. So are you doing, I got to run, but are you doing the silent prayer?
Yes. Every morning, every night, and sometimes throughout the day when I feel that my thoughts are taking over me. I take a moment to just
practice staying present. Yeah. You'll be fine. And don't be mad at those folks for being wrong or whatever. You let them be however they want to be, and you work on you and live your life. You're not obligated to them in any form or fashion.
Okay. Thank you, Jesse.
Let me know how it goes, all right?
Okay, thank you, Jesse.
You're welcome. Amazing.
It was great talking to you.
You too.
Amazing.
Nice. Bye now.
Bye, Jesse.
All right. Heard around the world by everybody and their mama if you're black, everybody and their mama if you're white. Joseph is out of Arizona. Joseph, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, how's it going, Jesse? Thanks for taking my call.
You're welcome, Joseph.
So, it's Female Monday, so I brought you a female problem.
All right.
Amazing. And, so, it's kind of embarrassing to say because I know I shouldn't have been involved in it to begin with. But I was seeing this older woman, right?
How old?
And she was 33.
And how old are you?
I'm 23.
What the?
Yeah, I know, right?
Mama.
It's funny because before I even started talking to her, I was like, yeah, she's way too old for me. But it's like some told me it wasn't going to work, but I still did it. I still went through with it.
Amazing.
But I'd heard that they were easier to deal with than younger women, and they were better in bed. So I had to.
You were lied
I had to take the opportunity. Yeah,
an older woman
I found that out.
Way worse and harder to deal with than a younger woman. Younger women are rough too, right? But the older woman is rough because she thinks she's your mama and that she can control everything you do and think, and you got to do it mama way or you're going to have problems.
Yeah, I found that out the hard way. I wasn't sensible enough to just listen to practical advice when I'd heard it.
Yeah.
But so I found out recently, literally this happened 5 days ago, that she was cheating on me, right? She was seeing somebody else. And it was kind of like a mental flashbang, because I was not expecting that at all. I just got a random text one night from the other guy who also did not know that I existed, He was looking through her phone and he found our text messages and stuff.
Amazing.
And yeah, I know. And
was he a young guy like you too? Was he younger than her?
So I don't know his exact age, but he showed me a photo that they'd taken together, and he looked to be close in age to me.
Okay.
So I can't confirm, but he did look young.
Okay.
But so yeah, he hit me up and he was like, hey man, I was wondering, not to bother you, I was wondering if you knew this chick named, I'll just call her Susie Q. He's like, you know Susie? And I was like, yeah, I know Susie. And he's like, what's your relationship with her? Because I've been seeing her for a few months and I feel like she's hiding something from me. And I was like, oh crap, because I kind of already knew what he was gonna say, but I was like, yeah, I've been dating her for a while, but I guess not anymore. And so we had a long conversation, right? And then I went and I just sent that chick the screenshots, some screenshots of the conversation we had. And I basically told her, I was like, I'm not super surprised that this happened, but I wish that you would have broken things off with me if you wanted to see other people, I feel like it wasn't the right thing to do by me. And you know how some girls, they'll cry and beg you not to leave and they'll blow your phone up and stuff?
Right.
Yeah, that was not her at all. I sent her those photos and I that big paragraph. And you know what she said, Jesse? You know what she said?
What?
She looked at all that stuff and she went, interesting. And I was like, oh my God, dude. She's a block of ice, bro. And so I know, and so I went and I tried to be mature about it, I didn't fight with her. I was just like, all right.
Joseph, hold that
Goodbye,
thought.
Susie.
Hold that thought for me, all right?
Okay.
Let me take a break. I love you, Susan Q. Oh, my Susan Q. Back in a moment. Hate news, not the fake news. It is the best counseling service on this side of heaven. I counsel with men and women, families, individuals around the world. Most people are unhappy, they're miserable, they have rough lives, they're depressed, suicidal, young and old, of all races. I understand, I know why, and I do understand it. Because exactly what's happening in me is happening with everybody outside of me, inside of them. And I've noticed that with those who really, really, really want to understand, They overcome it just like that, out of one counseling session. If you need counseling, you can go to rebuildingaman.com or call 800-411-2663. 800-411-BOND. Best counseling service on this side of heaven.
Some serious mess going on in the world, such as, well, Trump talking about cleaning out Gaza. That's not mess. That's good. Cleaning up the mess. And Kia is having a recall. There's this Super Bowl coming. Lord. Stupid bowl. The alarm clock blare. You know, health experts suggest not using your phone. You can switch your phone to just turn on a beautiful song like Jackie or Andy Lau for the wake-up music. Or don't use an alarm clock. Use your body. God gave you a body. And egg prices are expected to increase 25% this year, Trump notwithstanding. This is the end of hour 2 of Female Monday, the J.C. Lee Peterson Show. There's one line open. It is Monday, January 27th, AD 2025. You can call in right now during Hake News, Not Fake News. And JLP will be right back to your calls and more great super chats and possibly some stories in the third and final hour coming right up. But it is Hake News now. In the Middle East, Trump had talked about clean out Gaza. He's planned to clean out Gaza with the leaders of Jordan and Egypt, according to him. Quote, I'd rather get involved with some of the Arab nations and build housing in a different location where I think maybe they could maybe live in peace for a change. Talking about the so-called Palestinians. Trump said of Gaza, both Jordan and Egypt rejected Trump's idea to shift Palestinians out of the enclave. Nobody wants them. These people. They're a problem people, saying such a move would displace Palestinians from their so-called homeland. I don't think that they really care about their homeland. I think they just don't want them. But I could be wrong. Kia America is recalling more than 80,000 vehicles due to improper wiring that can prevent airbags and seatbelts from deploying, whatever that means, in an emergency. Does that mean that the seatbelts won't lock when you get jutted forward? I don't know. The recall includes 2023 to 2025 Nero EV, plug-in hybrid, and hybrid vehicles. To remedy the situation, dealers will replace and reroute the floor wiring assembly as necessary for free. Owners will be notified by letters mailed in March. Wow. The recall follows one in November when Hyundai and Kia recalled more than 200,000 electric vehicles to fix a transistor in the charging control unit that could be damaged and cause a loss of drive power, increasing the risk of a crash. Wow. That sounds maybe even worse. I don't know. Two familiar foes set to face off once again in the NFL's biggest so-called prize, top of the dung pile, am I right? The Philadelphia Eagles will take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Was it fixed? At Super Bowl LIX, which should be 59, I think, in New Orleans, February 9th. Whoa, watch out, New Orleans. In Sunday's AFC Championship game, the Chiefs beat the Buffalo Bills, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. They had their star quarterback, Patrick Mahomes. It's not Mahomes. It's Mahomes, I heard from Joel Friday TV, right after Hake. And just before the Anchor Baby, by the way. And then there's Punchy TV today, too, by the way. But anyway, there's a dominant quarterback in the Eagles, Jalen Hurts. Nice. And he defeated the Washington, what should be Redskins, but they're losers, so they're the Commanders. 55-23 in the NFC, whatever that is. Hopefully it's not something bad. Game title on Sunday. Title game Sunday. 2 years ago, the Eagles and Chiefs faced off in Super Bowl LVII. That's 57. Where the Kansas City dramatically won in a field goal with 8 seconds to play. So will they get their three-peat? We shall see. And once again, Chinese New Year's this Wednesday. So get pumped, get excited. Year of the snake. It's going to be snake babies. And every baby is going to be called a beta, too. So they're beta snake babies being born. Shout out. Nice. And egg prices increasing 20%. My bad. Not 25% in 2025 compared to 2.2% for food prices in general per Department of Agriculture. I'm James Hake. Now back to JLP, Hour 3.
Got to stand up strong, face the truth about themselves, to understand what went wrong. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way to stand up, stand up.
Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I am Jesse Lee Peterson. Welcome to the third hour of the show today. You can get involved by calling 888-77-53, 773-888-77-JESSE. JESSE. And my biblical question, are you a memory worshiper? Are you a memory worshiper? Are you? An amazing question, really. And these questions, again, for those who want to wake up by knowing and understand what's going on in you. Not with you, but in you. Not to you, but in you. What's going on in you? We talked about that yesterday in the fellowship. You can podcast that at rebuildingtheman.com/church. rebuildingtheman.com/church. If you're out and about busy doing whatever it is you're doing, on the run or whatever, on your way back to Nicaragua or wherever, you could be listening to the show on your iPhone. If you still have those iPhones, maybe Trump took them back. But you could still be listening, or you can podcast once you get to Nicaragua. All right, you can podcast by calling the listen line on TalkStream Live, 605-615-4131. That's 605-615-4131. And to donate and have your comments read out loud, and we're going to get to your super chats. To donate and have your comments read out loud, go to Buy Me a Coffee. BuyMeACoffee.com/JLP Talk. BuyMeACoffee.com/JLP Talk. Or Bond JLP Cash App. Bond JLP Cash App. It's Thursday. What the? It's Monday. Rainy days and Mondays always get me down. It's raining and it's Monday. And every Monday, for those who don't know, is and will always be Female Monday. All my life, I had to fight.
I like to make men uncomfortable.
All my life I had to fight.
Let women take over.
Some of us believe that women are getting paid less than men.
I proudly say I'm a feminist. Thank you.
Deep in their soul, they want to be home with those babies. We've been lied to for so long.
Amazing, huh? 888-77-JESSE. I want to go back to Joseph out of Arizona. And Joseph is 23, I believe. And his girlfriend is 123. 133. Well, not 100, but 33, according to Joseph. And now he's just found out she's cheated on him. She don't want him anymore. And he's like, what the? Joseph.
How's it going, Jesse?
Okay. So you found out this woman, older woman, 30-some years old, and you're in your early 20s, and is cheating on you or don't want you anymore, right?
Yeah, so, as I said earlier, I confronted her with all of the screenshots and that paragraph. She said, interesting. And I know, and I wanted to, just go off on her for being so callous about it, because I was pretty mad at the time. But I tried to be mature, and I was just like, all right, goodbye, Susie Q. I didn't say anything else. And then 10 seconds pass by, and I come back, and I'm like, I guess there's a reason you're still single at 33, huh? And then I put a little laughing emoji next to it, and I sent it. And I shouldn't have, but I went and I blocked her on everything. I think I struck a nerve because she blocked me on some stuff before I even got to block her on it. But now it's it's over. I haven't talked to her at all since then, but I still am having issues with just the pain of it. I think more so the fact that she totally manipulated me and I had almost no idea, and she just got away with it. And she's just out there living her life, doesn't care at all. Or maybe she does, I don't know, but I don't think so. And I'm just up here in my apartment with my feelings hurt, and it's really difficult to take the pain of it, I find myself lost in memories that we had together, and just angry thoughts of call her up and tell her off, or how could she do this, or stuff like that. And I know I shouldn't listen to the thoughts, but sometimes it's just really overwhelming, and it's hard for me to look past it. Even though, and so I guess my question would be, how do I move past it and just forget about her and stop thinking about her? But, when I first started dating her, there's no good guys in this story. I only started dating her because it was easy to get sex from her, and I was like, all right, I can just pretend to be in a relationship with her and care about her, and I can just keep getting sex from her. But somewhere along the way, I ended up actually getting feelings for her, and now I'm just here looking like an idiot, and she got the last laugh,
And you're looking like an idiot to who?
I guess, myself, because I didn't tell anybody else about this.
And
There's no way I'm telling anyone else.
And what does an idiot look like?
Me, for getting involved with someone that I knew I shouldn't have, way older than me, totally different points in our lives. And I could see sometimes that, I could see often that I shouldn't have been with her. And there are numerous times that I thought about breaking it off, but
and what
I just
does
didn't because I was getting what I wanted.
What does an idiot look like?
That's a good question. I don't know. I guess I don't really know what it looks like. I just feel like one.
And so who is feeling like an idiot?
Me.
And who are you?
I don't quite know how to answer that. I don't know. I guess I don't know. I don't have a good answer for that question.
So then how can you say I look like an idiot if you don't know who I is? Why are you saying you look like an idiot? Who are you talking about?
That's just what my thoughts have been feeding me for days on end.
And why are you listening to? Do you believe thoughts?
I know I shouldn't, but I do more often than I should.
And how will you be free if you don't let memories go? Let thoughts go. It's just thoughts. It's not real. It's over. It doesn't exist anymore. Why are you still holding on to them?
I think it was just because it was so shocking to me, and it hurt. And so it was hard for me to just let it go because it felt like she had done something to me, even though she probably has her own issues. But
And to who did she do something to?
I don't know. I guess the self that I don't know that I am. I don't know.
And your question?
I felt it.
What?
I said it felt like. I guess it just felt like it was me. But obviously, if I wasn't thinking about it very much, I wouldn't have much of an opinion on it.
But if it felt like you'd be able to tell me who you are. Who
right.
who are you that felt that way?
Right.
Right, what?
And
that's a question.
Oh. Well, I guess I haven't done a lot of introspection. I thought I knew who I was, but maybe I don't.
If you knew who you were, you'd be able to tell me.
Right.
But yet you claim I look like a fool or idiot, whatever you said. But yet you don't tell me. And who told you that you look like an idiot?
That's what my thoughts were telling me.
And who are the thoughts talking to?
I thought they were talking to me.
And did you talk back to the thoughts?
No, I wouldn't say I talked back to them, but I did let them affect me.
And did you believe them?
Yeah, I did.
And so, but you didn't communicate back like, yeah, you're right, I look like an idiot.
No.
And
I agreed with them, but I wasn't like, yeah, that's me.
So why did you agree with evil?
I guess it was just hard to see through it, and hard to see through all the pain of it. And I think he took advantage of me feeling that way, me being beta and vulnerable, and just made me believe a bunch of things, before I had a chance to step back from them.
Yeah. And your question for me is what?
So how do I just get over her and just stop thinking about her and be totally finished with it,
By letting the thought go, you took advantage of her and she took advantage of you. You thought it was exciting to get with an old woman, and she thought it was exciting to get with a young man, and she got with you. She used you used her. Two egos. So let it go. Yeah. It's over. Let the memories go, and you'll be free. A thought is just a thought. You'll be free as you forget about it, because now you're paying attention to these thoughts, and they tell you how wonderful it used to be, and how she made you feel, and how you made her feel. It was just memories. It's not even real. That doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, I remember my thoughts would tell me how I thought that she cared, and how I was shocked that she could do this, but. I don't think either of us really cared about each other.
Not at
I think
all.
we said we did, but
no, neither one of you cared. You used each other. You were a toy boy, and she was, and she was your mama.
Right.
So you were having sex with your mama.
Don't put it that way.
It's the truth. But
that is not.
If you want to move on, you got to move away from. Stay away from the past, stay away from the future, and live right now. All you have is right now. Let the thoughts go, because it's not real. Otherwise, you'll find yourself trying to get back with her, and she will totally destroy you.
I know that's true, and I don't really want to get back with her because I'm mad at her,
Well, don't be mad at her.
Probably right. Because I know I shouldn't.
It's not her fault that you were beta.
Yeah, I know. It's my fault. I've been listening to you for 5 years.
Wow.
I've been doing silent prayer every day and night. Yeah, since I was 18. So I should know better. And I did know better, but I still did it,
So all you have to do right now, forget about this, let the memories pass. Don't hold on to the thoughts. Don't be angry at her, because it's not her fault that you were weak. That was your fault. It's already in you. And move. Yeah. Don't communicate with her. Be done with her. But don't be angry at her. She got her own issues.
Yeah, I know that. That's why I kind of regretted, after the fact that rude comments I gave her. Not because I was necessarily rude to her, but I just wish I had handled that better, because she probably has the same same problems that I have, you know.
She does. That's why she with young boys like you. But just forget about it, though. Don't be angry. Don't communicate with her anymore. Don't say, I'm sorry for what I said or anything. Just move on.
I'm not going to say sorry. Yeah, I had no plans to say I'm sorry.
Yeah. So just move on and just know that the thoughts and the feeling you have are just thoughts. They're not real. It's a setup. Thoughts and emotions are lies. All thoughts and all emotions are lies. It's not real.
Okay. And yeah, so I guess I shouldn't like call her up at some point and just go off on her and just tell her off, huh?
No, do not do that.
Yeah, I won't.
You're going to make a fool out of yourself by doing that.
More of a fool than
and you'll feel
I already
worse.
have thus far.
Yeah, and
yeah,
you'll feel
I
worse.
will.
Move on, man. Forget about the memories. They're just thoughts.
All right. Yeah, I won't hit her up anymore. Like I haven't since we called it off, you know, but I definitely won't reach out to her for any reason.
And when the thoughts come about how it was, because that's what the devil wants, he want to keep you in the past. He want to keep you in time where he is. Just let the thought pass. Just know I'm in a thought. Let it pass. And the pain that come with the thought because you're caught up with the thought, let it pass and you'll be free. You'll be fine.
Okay. Yeah, I just wish that I hadn't had to have learned it the hard way, you know?
But don't wish it. Be glad you did. And don't wish anything about it. And that way you don't repeat it. You'll be fine.
Right. All right. I'll do that then.
Yeah, be glad you learned. That's the point, is that you've learned about you from this. And so be glad for that and move on. Don't regret it or anything.
All right, just wish her well and go my way.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's what I'll do then.
And the devil going to tell you to call her up and yell at her again, curse her out. You can't believe she used you and all that. It's a setup. Don't do it. Stop arguing with the devil.
Okay, I will. I'll do my best not to give anything he tells me any heeding.
Yeah.
Forward.
Let those thoughts pass. If you find yourself caught up with emotions and thought, feel it, but do nothing about it. And the Father, God, will take them away from you because they're just evil spirits.
Right.
And that woman had never loved you, and you have never loved her.
Yeah, I always knew that I didn't like really love her. You know, I always knew that I was that I was taking advantage of it.
Yeah.
And I think in the back of my head, I knew that it was the same story for her, right? But
come back closer to your phone. Come closer to your phone.
My bad.
So what were you saying?
But yeah, I was saying that, and I think the same thing was always true for her. Like I always knew that, but I just kind of pushed it down. You know, I wanted to believe differently.
Yeah, you wanted to believe a lie.
I did.
So now you want to believe the truth, and the Father will make a home in you, and the truth will guide you.
As long as I stay out of the thoughts of it, right? And
100.
you know, I have like it's pretty easy to stay out of them, you know, at half the time. But then like I'll find that I just kind of let one thought pass, and then because I let that one pass, like 100 other ones just come all at once, and that's what kind of overwhelms my senses and gets me in my feelings, you know?
Right. And when that happens, just know you're in a thought. Don't do anything about it. And be aware that you're in the thoughts, and the awareness will change it. It would destroy them. The darkness will be destroyed by the light. The awareness is the light that you are in your thoughts, and that alone will destroy the darkness.
And so there's nothing extra that I should do about it. I just basically got to sit through it.
That's all you got to do. Nothing else. And because if you do one thing about it, you're playing God. And when you and the problem with human beings, all human beings think that they are God. They think they can save themselves, and they can save others, and they can save their children, and they can save a relationship, and they can save this. They're playing God, and playing God is the greatest sin, because as long as you play God, God's not going to reach out for you at all. It's only when you can see you're playing God that he will save you.
Right. I noticed that whenever I try to orchestrate my life or, organize it in a way that I want to go, that it always ends up backfiring terribly.
Absolutely. Because of ourselves, we can do nothing. We know nothing. We cannot organize our life, period. It will be organized for us, and it'll be perfect if you let go.
All right, that's what I'll do. I already blocked her on everything, deleted every photo. I'm not gonna just sit there, looking through all that stuff and
right.
just making it harder.
Yeah, get rid of everything as though she never existed.
Yeah, that's what I plan to do, because honestly, it's I know that's the right thing to do, but I also do that as a defense mechanism. When things hurt me, I just try to push them away as hard as I can and not think about them.
No, you want to let the thought come and go so you'll be done with them. They will be taken away from you so you would never have to go through that again.
Okay, so all right, I won't. So just let them come to me then. Totally, just let them.
Yes.
Whatever they have to say.
But all you need to do, though, be aware of them. Let your ego go through what your ego got to go through. And what the ego got to go through is death. And it goes through death when you let it happen. And don't watch TV or anything to get rid of it. You let it happen, and it will be taken away. You got to let it happen so you can overcome it. God will save you. When you're falling, when you let go, anger or anything, feel like you're falling, and you are, right? You're falling from into the valley or the shadow of death, and when you're falling, going all the way down, God has put angels in charge over you, and the angel will save you. They will keep you from falling. But you got to trust that by letting go. The angel will feel like you're falling to the ground, and you're falling into a hole, and there's nothing to hold on to. He has put angels in charge over you, and they will help you through the fall.
I like the sound of that.
But you got to let it happen then.
All right. I won't, I'll totally stay away from her, and I'll just take it on the chin and go through it.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you very much for your help, Jesse. I appreciate all the advice you gave me.
You're welcome, Joseph. You stay with us, stay with us, stay with us. You'll be fine.
I will.
And
Thank you very much.
And don't call the pain or the thought you again. Never say, I feel pain, or I have thoughts, and I'm worried, I'm lonely. Don't call it you. Those are spirits. And if you call them you, you're identifying with them. And it's the identities that keep you from God. The false identities.
Okay.
So don't call it you anymore.
I won't. I'll just let whatever has to happen.
Absolutely.
All right.
All right,
Thank you very much, Jesse.
You're welcome. Amazing.
Bye.
Bye now. 888-775-3773. Julie out of Connecticut. Julie, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hi, Jesse.
Hey, Julie.
I got to tell you what happened to me last night.
Okay.
So my daughter woke me up at 2:00 in the morning, and she was at the side of my bed, and she said she couldn't sleep. So what I normally do is I get up with her, I go downstairs, I get her some water, and as soon as I get up, the thoughts of, I can't believe she's waking me up right now.
How old is she?
She's 7.
Okay, go ahead.
Just this is annoying. All I wanted to do tonight, and as soon as the thoughts came for the first time, I said, "This is not me." And as soon as I did that, this amazing amount of fear, it was indescribable. I've had a pretty bad life, a very bad life with my mom and all the things she's done to me. So I've lived in fear my whole life, but this is nothing compared to anything I've ever felt before.
Yeah.
And it was, to describe it would be like all of the scary movies and horror movies you've ever seen, put together in 1 second. And my reaction to it was, because it happened when I was handing her the glass of water, right after I said to myself, this is not me.
Right.
And then when the fear came and the hairs on the back of my neck stood up, I was like, I'm like, I can't do this right now because it's 2:00 in the morning. My husband's asleep. All my kids are asleep. It's really dark. And, I'm thinking like, why are they coming right now? I'm not prepared for this. So it went away almost within 5 or 10 seconds. So after that, I was able to go to sleep. And now yesterday and today, I've been having all of these physical symptoms. Like I feel like I'm going to throw up. Like I feel like I'm going to throw up right now. My heart hurts. Like my chest hurts. And my heart's actually, like I'm having physical symptoms to the point where I was thinking about going to the hospital because I feel like my heart is skipping beats and it making me feel like I can't breathe. So I don't really have a question for you. I've been on hold for a long time, and actually just listening to you talk to people has calmed me down. But I know you say when you're in these moments to like relax into it, but the fear that I felt last night, I don't know if I will ever have to feel that again, but if I do, I'm kind of grateful too, because I know where this is going, but at the same time, I don't think there's any way to relax and in that fear. That fear it's terrifying.
And why do you say there's no way to relax in it?
Because I wanted to run, and it was almost like I couldn't in my I didn't react. The reaction I had was in my mind was just to run away from it and like, no, I can't deal with this right now.
Well, why can't you just relax in it and let it make you feel and act any kind of way it want to act and do nothing about it? Why can't you do that?
Because I think I was so scared. It was that it's a feeling like a train is coming towards you and you're trying to save your life and you need to just jump off the tracks to get away from the train.
And who was scared? I was just so scared. Who was scared?
It was the demons that were scared.
Why you say that?
Because it was gone within 10 seconds.
So then why do you say you were so scared?
Oh, okay.
No, that was a question.
It's so overwhelming. It's so overwhelming. I couldn't think at the time that wasn't me.
And now what do you think?
I'm going back in because the physical symptoms are happening right now, and I'm trying not to go to the hospital. So I'm like, part of me is like, this is the process, and then part of me is like,
well,
then the thoughts.
The one thing I want to tell you, if you are having like physical symptoms, heartbeat or whatever, you may need to go to the emergency room or somewhere just to make sure physically you're fine.
Yeah.
But as far as fear is not you, and it's not you feeling the fear. You do feel it in your body, but you're not your body. And the fear are demons that are afraid that you may see them. And if you see them, they have to leave you. And so I wouldn't call that me because you don't feel the fear. The fear is not happening to you. It's happening to evil spirits inside of you. And it'll be a horrible mistake for you to call it you.
Okay.
But as far as if you're having physical symptoms, you determine that. But if you are, you need to see a doctor. You should see a doctor.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. All right. Yeah, I just felt impossible. The amount of fear that I felt, it just seemed impossible. it seemed, I can't describe it. It seemed impossible to go through that.
You can, but you can't. You have to relax and let the Father take you through the valley of death, and that's what was happening.
So do you think I stopped it?
Hold on a minute. Hold on, Julia. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Let me take a quick break. The treasure chest is now open on D-Live. Back in a moment. Now, I totally disagree with the way things are going, but you can't be angry because that's what the enemy wants. He wants to control you. They do things to make you mad so they can control you. It's like being married, and the wife would do things to make you mad, or she'll do things to make you feel good. And men do that to women too when they want something from the woman, especially sex. They'll make her feel good, or they'll make her angry. And the woman's gonna have to say, you don't want to be angry. You want to speak up. You want to disagree with what's going on. It's wrong, but do not be angry. Then you won't have fear. You won't have doubt. You won't have worries. You'll be able to see, but you got to stay away from anger. That's why you must forgive your mothers and your fathers so that you can overcome the spirit of anger. It's a spirit and it's wicked. Nothing good in anger because it has no love, folks. You need love to defeat evil. And love is not a weakness. It's a strength. It's from God. It's His nature. Okay, folks, the Hake Report is coming up at the top of this hour. The Hake, H-A-K report.com from 9 to 11 a.m. Pacific time. And James Hake is on fire. He ain't got that red hair for nothing. He's on fire. And if you, to the new listener, if you've not heard him, you're missing it. He's one white man who is not afraid. Maybe 2 or 3 now that I know. All right? And then after that, oh my God. Why George, Lord? Why George? Joel Friday TV. He black. At 11 a.m. Pacific time. Working things out. At 11 a.m. You don't want to miss that either. And then the American Anchor Baby. The American Anchor Baby at 12 noon. The American Anchor Baby at 12. Energy given to him by God. It's not even on loan. It's given to him by God. What the brand new episode of the Punches TV at 2 p.m. today. Brand new episode of Punchy TV. Watch this.
I don't know if you guys are familiar with J. Cole.
I've heard of him.
The
He's
rapper.
a rapper, right?
He moved back to this white neighborhood, this beautiful area. He said he had big speakers. He got this crazy looking hair, smoked cigars, filled with weed, laughing hard.
There's something that does not make sense about this story.
With a lot of money, loved by the country, had a lot of fans, but a lot of black people have this chip on their shoulder.
Yeah. Why don't black people look in the mirror and be honest about what they see?
Destructive anger and hate.
What's wrong with the blacks? What's wrong with the blacks? At 2 p.m. Punchy.tv. You don't want to miss that episode, believe me. You want to understand what's wrong with the black? Check out Punchy today at 2 p.m. Pacific time. And last but not least, while you're watching Punchy, have a fresh cup of real coffee. Punchy's coffee. Punchy's coffee. And good. Just think of the people who already got their batches of coffee. They're enjoying it along with me this morning. What the? Punchy's coffee. Go to rebuildingtheman.com. Rebuildingtheman.com to order yours today. All right? And every dime goes back to helping us to help others, to the nonprofit Bond, the Brotherhood Organization of a New Destiny, all right? So when you're buying coffee, you're also helping us to help others. Amazing. Excuse me. Let me go quickly back to Julie out of Connecticut. So, Julie?
Oh, hello? Hello?
Are you on a speaker or something?
No, I wasn't. I don't know what happened.
Okay, so I reckon if you are having physical symptoms, I recommend you may need to see a doctor. That's between you and your husband or whatever.
Right.
And then the other thing is with the anger, the fear, let it be that's the ego that in order to live, to have real life, because ego life is a fake life, in order to have life, you must let that die. Feel it, shaking your boots. Don't call it you, and it will be taken away from you.
Okay. All right. Do you think that I stopped God from coming in when I was like, no, I can't handle this?
No, I wouldn't think of it either way if I were you.
All right.
Just realize you may have overreaction to it, but don't let the devil tell you, oh, you stopped God from coming in. Now God can't. Those are still thoughts.
Okay. All right. Yeah, all of this started happening to me when, after our last session, you told me to take my eyes off my husband, and then I really just started looking at myself only and seeing, because I never believed how the evil was in me the whole time. I always blamed it on him.
Right. No, it's in you. When he met you, you were already evil. When you met him, he was already of evil. So now it's time to overcome, all right? Let me know how it goes, Julie.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right. Bye-bye.
Amazing. Amazing. Super chat. Super.
Super chats.
Isaiah, the Uber driver, bought a very generous 10 coffees.
Thank you, Isaiah.
That's right. Send the anchor baby back. Energy given to him by Satan.
Don't be jealous. What?
Soul conscious with 5 coffees. Jesse, thank you for an amazing Sunday's church.
Yesterday fellowship was like, if you want to overcome, that would do it for you. But if you don't, nothing can help you. But it was amazing. RebuildingTheMan.com/church in case you missed it.
Someone bought a coffee. Biblical question answer.
Are you a memory worshiper?
Yes, I am a memory worshiper. At this point, I just watch it, but I love dwelling in the memories. It's so evil because I know it's an illusion, but I can't help but love it. This has to be Satan's greatest trick.
Amazing. I'll put my little 2 cents in on Sunday. Thank you.
Someone else bought a coffee, or maybe the same someone. Jesse, I was playing poker with my buddies Saturday night. My friends started crying like women about how their backs hurt and they can't sleep at night because of it. I jumped up and told them to shut up about their little beta backs. I think Hake probably should have been playing cards with them instead of me. Beta boys.
Amazing. Amazing. Thank you.
Apple2691 bought a very generous 17 coffees. Hi, Jesse. I called my son after I talked to you and apologized. I stumbled on my words, and all I can say was, I'm sorry for being angry at you and for trying to turn you away from your father. He said he doesn't remember all that. Thanks, Jesse, and God bless you and crew.
Right on. Stay with it, stay with it, stay with it. That's amazing. Stay with it.
Joshua bought a coffee. Hey, Jesse, I've been watching you for many years now, and I'm a huge fan. My father is a missionary/pastor, and it just occurred to me that you should have him on the show. He's not famous or extremely well known, but in my personal opinion, he should be. His stories should be published in books and made into a movie. He's not that type of man, very humble. Let me know what you think. Thanks for doing what you do. God bless.
Amazing. Thanks for the suggestion. We'll look into it. Thank you.
Send a tip to the producer.
Yeah.
Cactus Eater Bear, Kid Combo 1, Games for Rec, Wolf 336, and the rest of the top contributors over on the D-Live crew. Thank you guys very kindly.
Amazing. Thank you.
As well as the supporters on the Rumble crew, monthly supporters, and more.
You got to know how to rumble.
And thank you, guys.
Thank you, Rumble Crew.
I do believe that is all for now.
Amazing. Nice. Thank you all so much for your support. That lady on your shirt, is she mildly attractive or something?
She's mildly attractive. Yeah.
But she look kind of cute.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I have another version that has no girl on it. I think that's the one I uploaded on the Printify. Because some people, like Amazing Asia, she wanted one with a black girl, and I'm like, this is going to be too many girls. And then some people said that it was too girly, so I did it without the emoji. No
Amazing.
emoji.
And how can people get it?
TheHakeReport.com. There's a link to my Printify store.
You still have a beta back? Speaking of beta backs.
I plead the fifth.
Fifth what?
I don't speak about my problems.
You plead the fifth what?
I decline to answer. No, I don't have a beta back. I'm healed in Jesus' name.
All
Jesus'
in the name.
Sorry, Lin Yin Chin.
Is in the word. Oh, before I run back to the phone, I want to know what you think about this. Hey, if there's anybody that can respond to that, it will be you.
Nice.
This is from WBRZ. A man accused of distributing plastic bags filled with deer corn and flyers reading, "Black crime destroy white lives. Black crimes destroy white lives in Walker, Louisiana, was arrested on Saturday. Watch this from WBRZ.
Crystal Gross Brumfield received an unsettling surprise Saturday morning at the end of her driveway.
When my husband handed it to me, I was kind of like, what?
A bag filled with deer corn and a flyer reading, "Black crimes destroys white lives," with crime statistics and QR codes. But it was the back of the flyer that caught Gross Brumfield by surprise.
And then when I turned it over and it said, "Get vetted today," I was like, oh, okay, this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing.
She says she has lived in Walker majority of her life. However, this is a first.
You know, that's sending a message regardless, you know, and that's a racial message. You know, you can kind of live under a rock if you want, but that, you know, those connotations are racial.
West Baton Rouge deputies arrested 42-year-old Robert Hebert. Hebert lives in West Baton Rouge Parish. According to Livingston Parish deputies, Hebert targeted homes in the Corbin Avenue area of Walker. He's facing charges of criminal damage to property.
Can't you hear Satan telling Hebert to go do that if he did that?
Allegedly.
Allegedly, that's what I said.
Right.
A woman who received a plastic bag says she felt threatened. This is also from WBRZ.
Gross Brumfield says this incident and comments on social media defending the act further widens the racial gap.
It's like, oh, well, I don't see what the big deal is about littering deer corn. It's, you know, it's really not about the deer corn or, you know, it's about the statements that were made. And then if you look at the back of the flyer, it literally says, "Get vetted today," which to me seems like, you know, there's a group that's, you know, recruiting or seeking recruits.
Gross Brumfield says she believes in freedom of speech, but this is not the right approach.
A conversation between two consenting adults about your beliefs and my beliefs, cool. You know, I totally understand that, but just to leave something at the edge of someone's driveway, that's a threat, and that, you know, we felt targeted.
Amazing. You say?
Is this a DEI news report? I noticed they couldn't even read it right. It said black crimes destroy white lives, not black crimes destroys white lives. And it looked like he wasn't, at least not according to the charges, arrested for distributing those flyers, because that would be ridiculous. It's a violation of his free speech, freedom of speech. And that's not a threat, by the way. She called it a threat. He was arrested for, because they started to show like a little graffiti he did, allegedly maybe, with a little stencil logo thing on top of the stop sign. So he was arrested for graffiti, maybe. But maybe it was hate crime graffiti with the racial thing. But what a mess. I thought this was America.
Yeah, they claim, she's like, free speech is fine, but so you got to have the kind of free speech they want you to have.
She used the term two consenting adults.
Right. What the?
Makes me want to spit.
And so I wonder
She
why.
seemed nice, though, but just brainwashed.
I wonder why she just said, you know what? He's right about that. Black crime does destroy white lives.
And black lives.
And
course,
black
obviously.
lives, especially black lives first. And white lives. That's why the people in Louisiana decided to break apart from Louisiana and start their own white government, their own lives.
So the idea was, sorry.
So why she didn't say, yeah, he's right?
Because she couldn't see. She has no understanding. She was hung up on her brainwashing trauma issues about race and whites. Deer corn, it's a variety of corn bred for grain production, often used as a supplemental food source for deer. So it's just corn.
Oh, my dear.
So I guess that this stuff was to weigh down those plastic Ziploc bags to hold the message.
Right.
Okay. So he could toss it out onto their driveway.
Poor guy, he's white. They're going to keep him under jail. Trump going to have to go pardon him.
I know, and the evil feds and state gets involved in
Yeah.
like a local non-issue, really.
Because these blacks going to be talking about, this is racism. This is hate. I feel so scared. But they ain't scared of black crime. It's the blacks who are killing each other more than any white person ever have done, will do, can do, is going to do.
What a mess. Nice.
Maybe he'd be good for social media, our social media position. We're looking for a social media person. Maybe we can get the corn guy.
He might be a little old. He's about my age.
Too old to be a social media person?
Well, I don't know. Some people my age are smart with social media, but the young people pick it up real fast.
Is hate too old to be a social media Nick?
I like where his mind's going. I'd say no, but he's thinking smart.
Amazing. But I just think they should have said, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Black crime does destroy white lives. Anyway, speaking of social media, we're looking for a full-time social media person. All right? If you qualify or you're interested in the job, send your resume to rebuildingtheman.com/
No, bond at bondinfo.org.
Oh.
Bond at bondinfo.org.
That's too much for me to remember.
I know.
We got you.
I'm black.
You can do rebuildingtheman.com/contact.
However, but send your resume, all right? 888-7. But this white man is right. It's just unfortunate he's white, and white people for so many years have allowed themselves to be intimidated, and they have refused to say what they want to say now. I bet you if a black man had done that, this woman wouldn't have been afraid. She wouldn't have felt anything about it if it was done to white people. What a double standard in America today. Let me go to, is it Mercy? Oh, mercy, mercy me. Things ain't what they used to be. Mercy. Mercy.
Hi, Jesse.
Have a little mercy on me, Mercy.
How are you, Jesse?
All is well, Mercy.
That's great to hear. So I need
So
a little bit of your...
when you go to God to ask for mercy, do you say, hey, God, mercy is here asking for mercy?
No, but when I was a kid going to church, everybody would say that to me, and I'd be like, get out my face.
That's right. Go ahead.
So over the weekend, I started having a conversation with a couple of friends, and it was over the immigration, like people getting deported. And I simply said that I had no emotion about it, and if they wanted to be here, they should be here legally, you know?
Right.
And when I tell you that this supposed friend of mine, she went off on me. She called me an Uncle Tom. She said I was a bigot. I shouldn't be respected. that I think I'm white and that I think I'm better than other Latinos because I'm Latina myself.
You sound white, Mercy.
Do I really? No, I'm Mexican.
Why you sound so white?
I don't know, because I grew up here. I've been here all my life.
You think you white?
Yeah, apparently. And so and the other friend, she was like, religion and politics are difficult topics to talk about. And I said, no, I'm open to it. I said, as long as people don't get emotional about it, then, there's no reason you can't have a civilized conversation. But as soon as she started going off on me, I removed myself from the conversation, and an hour passed, and she was still going at it, saying that I was running away because I had no concrete evidence to support my claim. And I'm like, I'm not trying to win the argument. I was trying to have a conversation. So my question to you is now, I understand she loves her hell. I get all that, and I'm not offended by anything she said, but now I'm wondering if I should continue this supposed friendship or if I should just
be done with it.
Right?
Yeah, be done with it.
Okay.
Just don't be angry at her, but now you see
I'm not.
Now you see your enemy, move on.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, so if any time we disagree, then it's gonna, get personal. And it's like, she brought up the fact that I don't work because I'm a stay-at-home wife, and I'm just like, yeah. She's like, you shouldn't even have an opinion. You don't pump not $1. You don't even make $1. And what are you talking about?
She's jealous of you. She's jealous, and there's nothing worse than a jealous person, man or woman. So move on, Mercy.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but I was like, I just want to make sure that I'm not being judgmental because, like I said, I'm not angry at her. I understand, but I'm just like, I don't think I need that. I'm pregnant, and I love my life, and I don't think I care to have that energy
move on.
in my life.
Move on.
Okay.
Wish her well and move on with your life.
Yeah, I didn't even respond
to
anything, and I was just like, not today, Satan, get behind me.
That's right. No more arguing with the devil in your mind or inside of others.
Yeah, and I was just like, and it was so funny because of the biblical question last week. It was, do you pay attention what happens to you or in you?
Right.
And I caught the devil trying to get in my ear, like, oh, no, you should say this. And I was like, no, get behind me, Satan, not today.
Right. That's right. Amazing. Thank you, Mercy. But move on.
Thank you so much. All right. Thank you, Jesse. Have a good one.
You too. Amazing.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Let me go to the first time caller out of Utah, Dustin. Dustin, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hello. How are you?
All is well, Dustin.
Nice. I encountered you a couple years ago, but it's interesting how I heard what you said then, and I heard something very different. Now when I hear you talk now, I recognize a lot of wisdom and a lot of really actually having been through it yourself and having done the work. And it's just cool to be on the air talking to you, man. How are you doing?
All is well. All is well. Because of time, go to your question and comments because we're about to run out of time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Sorry. Okay. I wanted to share something, right? Because I've struggled with mental health very, very much my whole life. In fact, because of how severe it was, my whole life kind of revolved around understanding myself so that I didn't succumb in the worst possible ways to myself.
Right.
But because of that, I grew up as an atheist, right? But then I got off pills and medication as soon as I was 18 and I could consent to, and I pursued my road has naturally led me towards more holistic and spiritual medicines and pursuits and understanding. And I wanted to share something really exceptional, right? Because I'm just sharing this because it's really, really fascinating from a psychological perspective, right? But my biggest issue, like I've always had fantasies about brutally murdering myself ever since I was a small child. Like as two beings, one a super angry me who's just angry at this other me who's just depressive and pitiful and worthless, right?
Yes.
And I even spent the last 10 years of my life kind of reenacting that in some ways, like kind of reenacting and enacting those energies. And I've never been officially diagnosed, but I think that it would qualify, like my symptoms and behaviors would qualify for like borderline personality disorder. But anyway, maybe like 5-6 months ago, I found myself at a medicinal retreat, just 12 people. I was one of them, really just around a campfire. And I talked to a woman who claimed to be a channel, and I'm just telling you what happened, right? And she told me some stories.
Justin,
she's a woman of God. She's a woman of God.
But listen to me.
And I asked her.
Listen to me. Because of time, can you call me back tomorrow, and I'll take your call as soon as you call in?
Oh, man.
Because I want to hear your story, but we're going to get cut off.
Yeah, I apologize. I apologize for time. Yeah.
Are you able to call back at another time?
Okay, great.
All right.
Well, hey, okay. Have a great one.
All right, buddy. I am so out of time, really. Justin, call back and let them know I asked you to call back, and that way we'll take you as soon as you call in. I am out of time. Get on the straight and narrow, folks, and stay there, stay there, stay there. No matter what. Stay present. Stay present. Forgive your mother and your fathers. And do the silent prayer. rebuildingtheman.com/prayer. And you'll be fine. But you got to stay on that straight and narrow path and go all the way through hell to reach heaven. All right? You got to go through it. You just got to go through. Ain't no way around it. In order to have a life, because the life you live is a fake life, you got to die from it spiritually. All right? The Hate Report coming up now. And thank you all for your support. Thank you. The Hate Report is coming up now. And then Joel Friday TV at 11. And at 12 noon, the American Anchor Baby at 12 noon. And then at 2 p.m., Punchy TV. Brand new episode of Punchy. Punchie. Punchy TV. All right? Have a good day, folks. To the call, Aaron out of New Jersey, Rick out of Virginia, and the caller that just dropped, I'm out of time. Have a good one, folks. Amazing. I read or heard that some Republicans are starting to pull their advertisements from Google or whomever, right? Because so many conservatives are being shut down, discriminated against, shadow banned, and all that kind of stuff. So conservatives are starting to fight back. It is happening to us too. I'm just taking it one day at a time. But you can go to jlptalk.com and find all the ways to support us. You can check out rebuildingtheman.com and support our nonprofit organization. You can call 800-411-BOND, 800-411-2663. And don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, share, and Sunny. And also, we have thefatherstate.tv. Ring the bell. I have books that are amazing. I highly recommend you get them. 7 Guaranteed Steps to Spiritual, Family, and Financial Success Guide. Even if you're not starting a business, but you have a job, or you're on welfare, it can help you if you do Be doers of the word, all right? From rage to responsibility. From rage. That's what I write about in the first chapter, especially how I overcame. Scam. How the black leadership exploits black Americans. They are using them, and blacks are too willing to be used. And then my last book, The Antidote, Healing America from the Poison of Hate, Blame, and Victimhood. They are all amazing books, and they are helpful. Go to rebuildingtheman.com if you want an autographed copy, or call 800-411-2663.